Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monsters and Mayhem Christmas Eve edition. Santa's coming. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight, we will be running a one-shot Christmas-style adventure. If you saw us last year, this is set in the same setting. So it is a festival, the 12th night celebration, led by Mayor Klaus, a jovial mayor who's always got a red nose and a red leather cap. Join us as our adventurers take part to be the champions of tonight's festival, to take home glory like no other. A fun little one shot tonight. Hope you enjoy. Hopefully, it doesn't go too long so you guys can get to bed before Santa comes. But please enjoy. We love you very much. Please stick around and have an awesome holiday. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monsters and Mayhem, a very special holiday edition hosted by myself, Laura. Usually, I play Celeste across the Eladrin board, but tonight I am not that. I am the mayor of this town, a small town of Harn's End, tucked away in the frigid north in a cradle between mountains. Tonight, I am joined by a wonderful cast of miscreants. So we'll go around. I'll get everyone to do a really quick intro of themselves, who you normally play on the main campaign, or if you're not in the main campaign, who you are and how we know you. Shirok, let's start with you.
Yeah, how you going? I'm playing Tobit Loaflugger, also just known as Loaf. And I, of course, normally play... forgot the name for a moment. Jean Ordenville.
It's been a while.
Playing a lot of different characters lately, all over the place. And yeah, I'm back for glory. Come back to this fabulous festival in the hopes of earning what I believe is rightfully mine.
We love to hear it. Next, let's go down underneath you to Space Guy.
Guys, tonight I'm playing Filgus Orellin, a ranger, a gnome ranger who's dashing and he's good at shooting things with bows. I'm not on the main cast, but I do a lot of stuff on the Discord, community game nights. I run a lot of one shots and just react fabulously to all sorts of things. I don't know.
Pivotal cog in the Discord machine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A very, very important part.
Yes. We jump across to your left, over towards the normal Dungeon Master here on Monsters Mayhem. But tonight...
Hi, I'm Tom. You might have seen me before. I'm playing Benny Ham, the inventory manager of the small merchant selling animals and livestock to other farms. And he's joined this, this festival to try to make up for his crippling candy addiction that has put him into a very deep debt.
Poor Benny. Can we get an F in chat for Benny? I almost started GoFundMe. Help debt recovery. And shooting upwards from Benny, we have our normally fur-bolged friend. Jacob, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Normally, I play Ingwe, and I'm a furbolg that has high intelligent wisdom, a bit of a mage of sorts. But tonight, Daniel has given me my character sheet. I was a last-minute inclusion, and I'm going to play Chris Plum. He's half-orc barbarian. Yeah, piss off. I don't really like lots of conversation, so we'll just leave that there then, hey, shall we?
Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate the throwback. So, very happy holidays here from us at Monsters and Mayhem. I believe that you'll be seeing this on Christmas Eve. So on the evening of the 24th, which is cool. So Christmas is coming, only one more sleep. So very exciting. So we will jump into tonight's episode of Monsters and Mayhem, and I will see you back here in a second. Welcome back. Tonight, we will be entering into the Twelfth Night Festival. In a small cradle, tucked away in the frigid mountains of the north, there sits a town called Harn's End. Tonight is the longest night of the year, steadily creeping closer over the peaks as long shadows swallow the valleys. The picturesque village's landscape is dotted with snow-covered fields and disheveled barns. The town centre boasts a total of 3 shops and a tavern, with uneven rows of small homes lining the muddy and unpaved streets. As the longest night draws closer, so too does the 12th Night Festival, a celebration of the year drawing to a close with the promise of a bountiful year to follow. A chance for families and friends to draw together, to spend their winter in merriment and joy, and fight off frigid nights with warm laughter and good company. Residents from all over the region come together, filling the tavern and the shops and streets, as people open their homes and hearths to newcomers and old friends, and those they have not seen since the festival last. Stalls are set up lining the streets, as a chance to forge relationships are born in times such as these. Travellers selling their wares and business owners from across the region come to strike trade deals with the locals. This festival is more than just a night of fun and frivolity. It is a part of what keeps this community alive and thriving. In the centre of town stands a rickety stage by an old well, decorated with wreaths of holly and pine, strung together with beige twine to form garlands. Candles sit flickering in tall posts, them also strung with assortment of flora picked from the surrounding forests. Residents and visitors come together in groups at the bottom of the stage, giggling and whispering amongst themselves, holding baskets of wrapped cheeses with presents hidden underneath them, tucked away from prying eyes. The sun blinks weakly overhead as a small wave of silence covers the crowd as minutes pass, with the appearance of an older, wizened human male. His iron grey curls sit tight across his head, tucked under a cap of red leather and white rabbit fur. His small, thin frame is bundled in a heavy cloak of similar design, and heavy black boots leave behind a trail of snow as he takes his place in the centre of the stage. His eyes twinkle as he moves, his movements making subtle chiming sounds as the rings on his fingers clink together. Welcome, everyone, to the annual 12th Night Festival. Thank you all for making the time to come together, and it warms my heart to see such friendly and familiar faces smiling up at me, and fills me with joy to see those new faces that have joined us. I am pleased to stand here before you to announce the official opening of tonight's games. As you know, last year, the first prize was hard to beat. Our very own Roscoe walked away with the winnings. As the mention of that, the small scattered round of applause echoes through the small crowd. I will take the time now to mention some of our stalls this year. Mr. and Mrs. Brewster have arranged an assortment of dried meats to help carry you through the winter. Mrs. Felicia has also outdone herself with her home decor just in time to decorate your homes and hearths. And Penelope has, of course, worked tirelessly to mull some delicious wines and spiced rums to be sure to warm yourselves and your bellies. Now, I would like to invite our contenders for tonight to join me on stage, and we'll get them to introduce themselves. If you would like, you can step up to the small rickety stage. You do have to stand quite close together, as it's more of a little platform than an actual stage. But as you make your way up, I'll get each of you to describe what we're seeing. So we'll start with you, Chris Plum.
Well, is he a half-orc man with a very impressive, not so impressive mohawk, leather armor, some buckles and some knives. Not so not so pleasant looking, but looks like he could do a few challenges and stuff. He's well known to you all as a person that hangs around and likes hanging around. You're not so sure if you want him there for your social events, but you tolerate him because he's part of the community and whatnot.
And as you step up, you can hear some scattered applause and kind of a cheer or two from the crowd as people recognize you. And there's definitely a sense of community as people kind of point out the faces that they know and interact with a lot. It's almost like having a famous person from your school. It's almost like, yeah, I know that person. Whoa, welcome. So there's a little bit of a cheer. As Chris makes his way up on stage and picks his nose. So up next to Chris, if you'd like to make your way up and describe what we can see, Benny.
Yeah, Benny will make his way up, and he's a human. He's a very lanky, long-armed human. He's very thin and definitely not very physically active, other than, like inventory. And looks like he's already puffed by walking up the stairs. And he just stands next to Chris and just stands there a little bit awkwardly, just waving at people.
And you get waves back.
Oh.
And next we have Filgus kind of coming up onto the stage, standing beside Benny.
The short gnome huntsman, Filgus, walks up, and his cloth looks very well regarded in colors of greens and blues, and he has long flowing dark ebon hair, very sharp eyes, and furrowed brows, like sort of a bit of a poser, and he definitely walks with this sort of arch in his back that he's very proud, or very maybe even a little bit what's the word, I guess, sort of he loves him. He loves his reflection more than he loves anyone else. Filgus stands up and just waving anyone who's like giving him any sort of gratification. He's just milking it as much as he can.
With that air of confidence as well, you hear kind of from the back of a crowd a little bit of a someone like whistles out towards you. And then coming up last but certainly not least, we have Tobit making his way onto the stage. And I will just preface this as well as a returning combatant. The reception from the crowd is very much 50-50. There's very much a muttering of like, oh, not this guy again. Oh, I don't know what he did last year. Oh. And then there's also like a ruckus laughter and kind of calling out as well as people are rooting for you this time.
And the crowd's just two people, so it's just one.
Yeah, you see run up. Those that have seen him before would recognize this 5 foot tall dwarf he's on the taller side of being a dwarf, occasionally mistaken for a shorter human. He's got both longer and shorter hair than last time you saw him. Still got his handlebar mustache that comes down and connects with these big mutton chops. But where he was thinning on the top of his head, it seemed a child played a prank on him earlier in the week and put some sort of sap from a tree into his hair, thinking it'd be funny. And when he plucked it out, some of the last bits of hairs on the top of his head came out. But the rest of his hair still comes back into a greasy, unkept ponytail that now is about 3-4 inches longer down his back. He's wearing sort of like a simple shirt and that sort of stuff, also orange, but he sort of, just before he comes up on stage, he puts on a little woolen hat to hide his newfound baldness. And then when he comes on, he sees the mixed crowd and just goes, bad publicity is still publicity, so let's get this thing going.
I definitely trust him to make my bread.
Yep.
Wasn't he a butcher?
Baker, mate. Baker.
So,
Bacon.
as you come up to the stage, and Mayor Klaus welcomes you and kind of encourages the crowd to clap along and cheer for you, as you can start to hear this music emanating from somewhere far in the distance. Well, what a pleasure it is to have such noble contenders for tonight's challenge. But what of the prize, I hear you ask? Well, rest assured there is a treasure trove that awaits the winner for tonight. And it will be no easy feat. It will be well deserved. Tonight's winner will take home an assortment of wines, ales, meat, and presents. That's right, we have included almost 10 gold worth of assorted presents for the winner tonight, including a new winter coat, socks, and some cutlery, and I hear a rocking horse. Second prize is a new pair of warm socks and some brand new leather boots, courtesy of our fine tailor, Mrs. Greenhold. I believe Miss Penelope from the tavern has also included a bottle of her famous mulled wine as well for second prize. The third prize for tonight is a voucher from Mr. Gregor's corner store for you to use as you wish, valued at 1 gold piece. And fourth prize for tonight is yet another delicious apple and walnut pie baked by the best baker of all of Harn's End. And you can see he gives a little wink to someone kind of standing off the stage a little bit, and his wife chuckles a little bit, blushing under her kind of tight bonnet as she gestures to the covered dish on her hand. And the crowd cheers as she kind of like hides her face a little bit, kind of not used to being in the spotlight. As the crowd starts kind of cheering and chanting and clapping, and they kind of start murmuring amongst themselves, you hear the music is getting a little bit louder from somewhere off in the distance. It's a low but upbeat tune that kind of echoes through the houses, through the village square. Well, that's our cue. Come, champions, your glory awaits you. And he ushers you off the stage, down towards your right, through the 3 stairs. The thudding of his boots lead the way down across the frozen mud of the path, and the crowd grins and giggles as they begin to follow you. For almost 10 minutes you're walking, which is quite a long way in a town this size. Through the haphazard streets and down towards the barren, snow-covered fields to the south of the village. However, where there would usually be flat land, instead you are greeted with a new sight. Instead of the usual smooth, flat fields, you are greeted with the sight of a wild growth in the center of the landscape, like a pimple jutting out of it. Towering at least 10 feet into the air is a large, brambly wall of thorn and leaves. The outside is alight with candles tucked away in glass jars, some of them flickering faintly with wild colors of purple, red, green, and gold. There are rickety stands built up along the outside of this wall, just enough to barely crest over the edge of this growth. The crowd begins to make their way toward these bleachers, and the sound of creaks and groans echo as they kind of clamber up, and you can see them kind of swaying a little bit in the air, and they settle into their seats. Taking a moment to look at the sight before you, you see a clear entrance into this overgrowth, marked with 2 tall posts, strung together with ribbons and alight with candles at the top of each. Mr. Klaus gestures for you to follow him once again as he grins, humming a tune under his breath. He beckons you all over and kind of ushers you into a line as you stand there at the entrance. And as he falls into line with you, kind of just behind you, he calls out to the audience, kind of having to really strain his voice to kind of get that far. Everyone, settle down, please. We're about to begin. Now, our champions will have until the sun sets to find their way out of the maze of Winter's Night. Here, they will face off against dangers untold and perhaps lose themselves in the process. There's a small enchantment set around the outside of this maze. Our lovely audience will be able to see in from above, but our champions will be unable to see out. Glancing upwards, they will see nothing but darkness in the sky above. They will, however, be able to hear you, should you wish to help or hinder their progress. Now, champions, ready yourselves. The maze is dark and full of terrors. You may not know what is safe and what is treacherous. Make your way through unscathed. You must trust in the spirit of the cold and follow the sound of winter. Are you ready?
Well, I believe I am. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're definitely born ready.
Well, champions, your time starts now. Make your way to the center of the maze for your prize, and may the spirit of winter have mercy on your souls. Now, I will just explain as a note that our lovely audience watching us tonight can see the maze in its entirety right now. They can see exactly where things are in the maze. They'll be able to see which way you're going, and they will be able to see what's ahead, what's behind, and where the prize is. You, however, have no sight.
And you didn't warn us.
I told you to bring a pencil and paper.
I did.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out here so that our audience at home can see what this looks like. So
Thanks. I hate it.
I love it. I'm ready.
Imagine if the audience could also change the maze. That would have been even worse.
Would be doomed.
Right.
I guess next year. Yikes.
I didn't have time to code that in,
No,
but
no.
maybe next time.
That's fair. I don't want it either.
So, for those of you at home, you can see the path marked through the maze here on screen. You can see exactly the way that the group needs to follow, and also what lies around the maze. You can see a couple of interesting things in there. So, for the purposes of this, you have some options, I guess, whether or not you want to stay together as a group. For half of it, for some of it, for none of it, whether you want to like follow other people and try to, see what they're doing. It's kind of all up to you within the confines of the maze. So I will give you a little bit of a descriptor of what you see before you. There is a long line. So it's basically just one path that kind of goes down. And then from where you can kind of see where you're standing, there are 3 ways you can go. Kind of forward, to the right, or to the left. So depending on how you want to run this, we can do it in initiative order, unless you want to stay together for the first half, or kind of how you want to go about it.
Is there a countdown for when they go? Or is it like...
He was pretty much just like, all right, and off you go, make it out before sunset.
Yeah, Loaf sort of looks at the others and is like, all right, we should probably do this in it. And he just grabs one by the face, pushes them to the side, and starts running down.
Hey, buddy, that's not very nice.
He's very keen to win, it seems. He's very determined.
Don't worry, his shoelace was untied.
There it is.
All right.
Which way are you running, though?
Tobit will shoot off to the left.
Shoot off to the left. So that would be going north in terms of like what a map looks like.
Left is north.
I'm already confused then.
And we've entered from the south, I'm assuming then?
So you're
no.
entering, if we're looking at a map,
Mm-hmm.
you're entering from the west. So you're coming
Okay.
west, and then if you're turning to the left, you're going north.
I see. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna. So we have a cross. in front
So.
of us. I see. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna rush. I'm just gonna walk straight.
Right.
You're not going the same way as Tobit?
Nope.
Fuck.
I don't trust his judgment at this point.
Vilgus will sort of take his bow off his back and test the drawstring. All right, best of luck to you, champions. And he's going to not so much walk or run. He's just going to like leisurely jog through the snow, and I'm going to go to the right.
All right. So you're going down towards the south. I guess we're coming in from this way. You're going down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And where are you going, Benny?
I'm standing at the crossroads.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Chris isn't very intelligent, but he's not stupid. I'm not going first. I'll see what the first means, and I'll figure out which one. Yeah,
all right.
I'm
And I
gonna
will
stay
just
right here.
I will just ask, does anyone here not have dark vision? Just so I have.
I don't.
All right.
Gotta
So
remember
I'm human.
That's a good question.
I think I do. Dwarves have dark vision, right? That's the thing. Yeah. I got
It'd be weird if they didn't. I guess.
Yeah.
Dwarves definitely do.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything is possible with D&D.
okay, so just a
True.
note as well, Benny, you could potentially take a candle from outside to like have a candle with you, or
Sure.
your vision will be halved.
I'll
In terms
take
of
a
distance.
candle. No torches or something. It's a little easy to walk with, like a lantern. No, okay. I have a candle.
You've got a candle. Okay,
Or some
so
of the wax on your head and then stick it on.
Lumiere. Right. So, Benny, as you walk forward, you are greeted with a sight. From this little alcove that you're facing, you can see and hear this swirling sound. The sound of wind, like it's whistling through a slightly ajar window. And then as you approach, you see a what can only be described as a glowing blue orb about the size of your head that is just kind of whistling and turning on the ground.
Well, that's weird. Is there a path away from it, or is it just in the way, or is it like a dead end? Or
So what you're facing is a dead end with a
Okay.
blue orb swirling in the center of it.
I will go and touch the blue orb.
Right. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
That is a 24.
Definitely. So as you go forth and touch the orb, you feel as if there's something pulling you forward. And then you can kind of feel it in your brain, like it's something like something is trying to darken everything that you can see. But nothing happens.
It's trying to darken what I can see.
So it's almost like you're about to pass out, almost like you can kind of see the blackness encroaching around your vision, but you kind of shake it off.
Oh wow, that was not pleasant at all. I'm gonna walk back to the intersection then.
So as you walk back and you can see Chris. So
You're not ready.
Tobit, as you move forward, there's kind of only one path that you can go for about 30 feet. And then from there, you are met with a dead end. But there are two ways that you can go, either left or right. So either west or east. I cannot hear you.
Sorry. Okay, so sort of like a T-junction, so running up and then right at the end of this. Okay. Considering we came from the west, I'm gonna start to the right, go east.
All right. Perfect. Now, Chris and Benny, you can currently see Philgus from where you're standing as well. So he is down a corridor, kind of down to the south from where you're standing.
Mm-hmm.
Philgus, as you make your way down this corridor, it goes for about 20 feet and then you're hit with a dead end.
No alternatives.
Not from
Philgus,
what you can see.
Not from what I can see, eh? Philgus, sort of stands there looking around. Can I search the immediate area for any like rocks or anything that might be out of place or anything?
Yeah. Make an investigation check for me.
Sure can.
Hey Chris, look at the survival expert. He found a dead end.
I got a 19.
19. So as you are kind of like, you're looking around, kind of touching the walls, there doesn't seem to be anything kind of out of place or not ordinary. You're kind of touching the hedges. They kind of like shake a little bit, but they feel solid.
Okay. He sort of goes, figures. Not that kind of maze. Okay. And I'm going to dart back in the other direction, quicker this time to try and catch up.
Yep. So as you kind of go back to the intersection, you are met with Chris and Benny. And I will just mention, I forgot to mention this before. Throughout this maze, you can hear the sound of music. Not the Hills Are Alive type, just like the actual sound of music.
Oh damn!
You don't have Julie Andrews
Nazis everywhere. Merry
Julie Andrews
Christmas.
spinning around somewhere in the maze. But if you wanted to, you have 3 options throughout your time in the maze to try and pinpoint the location of this music, and if that will help you to find your way to where it's coming from. I will mention that each time you use it, the DC gets higher. So if you want to use it at the beginning and then again at the end, kind of it's up to you, but you have 3 chances to try and follow the music. Just as a note.
So are we under the impression the music is the source of the exit type thing, or?
Yes, so you are under the assumption that the music is coming from the end goal.
Yeah, okay. Sweet.
So Philgus, you as you kind of like walking and then you kind of look around, turn around and start coming back, in another 20 feet you meet Chris and Benny.
I stop dead in the snow and, well, dead in that way, folks.
Yeah, that one's a dead end too. I think Tobin actually ran the right way for once.
Oh, he seems...
Did you check it?
Did we see him?
Did you check the dead end? Did you
Oh,
find
no,
it?
I had a look. I checked some rocks, so I thought it might be that kind of maze, but rare hindsight, I was wrong.
Well, mine has a blue orb in there, and when you touch it, it tries to do all weird kind of shit with you. Wouldn't recommend it.
Fascinating.
Maybe we should just,
Follow
join in
Tobit.
forces and follow the big guy. Small guy. Sorry, no offense.
Well, so far he's in the lead. Why don't we catch up with him and then figure it out from there?
Well, there's a good
Yeah.
chance he's going to run into a trap before any of us, at least. So maybe he can take the blunt of the damage. I mean, the blunt of the fall. I mean, the blunt of the situation.
Yeah, good idea. Follow Tobit.
I like the idea, Benny. That's good thinking. I like pushing others into the traps.
After you,
All right,
gentlemen.
All right, so you guys begin to make your way to the north.
Yes.
So you are greeted with a choice of going left or right.
Do we see which way he went?
Make a survival check for me. See if
Oh
you can look
shit,
around
that's a
and see
21. What?
So, looking at the ground, Tobit is not a lithe fellow, nor is he in any sense discreet, and you can see obvious tracks in the snow where he is going towards the right. Now, Tobit, I will give you, where's the entire map, a chance here as well, but it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah.
As you are going towards the right, the path curves around towards the south after 35 feet. As you go down south after another 20 feet, you can either continue straight or you can go to the left, which is east.
I would like to try listen for the music, if I may.
All right, make a survival check for me or a perception check.
Ooh, survival or perception. Am I capable in any of those things? Nope.
Oh, believe me, I wasn't either in any of the things we've done so far.
I'm going to use my fuck yeah die. Let's go. That is cocked. Cool. Okay, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Right down the middle, 10.
Kind of as you're standing there listening out for it, you can hear the sound of crunching of snow not too far behind you, and it's too distracting to kind of pinpoint where it is, but you can tell it's coming from somewhere potentially to your left, so towards the east of the maze.
Okay. Sweet. So I've got the options of south or east, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I am going to whip it to the east.
All right.
Whip it.
Grab onto
He
the
must
wall.
whip it.
Tobit has been training the last 12 months. Almost entirely in strength and nothing cardio or speed. But he's been training.
So back to the group that's stuck together, you can see that the tracks are heading around towards the right.
Well, after you, gentlemen.
No, by all means, after you, Benny.
Sure. Now, walk around and follow the tracks.
Or cautiously follow Benny.
And Chris, you are following behind? Or are you going in a different direction?
No, I'm following. Jacob is just struggling to follow the compass directions.
Yeah, I wrote down the compass directions as well. It's a little complicated because I thought we started from the south, but we actually started from the side. So I hope that didn't fuck up the map already.
I thought we started from the east and then we're going east. Anyway, I'll figure it out.
We started west.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
It's easy. I can see it right here.
Your
If
map- your
only
map
we
should
had
look
a
like
map.
Your
If
map
only we
should
had
look
the
like
visual
a
map.
hammer.
And then paid attention to the exact words that Laura said. Because she might say the wrong word, but
Nah.
she means the right thing.
That's too many words
It's
already,
out about
Jacob. I'm not
your
doing that.
Words like
It's
directions
right.
has always been optional.
That's helpful, Tom, because I'm going to redraw my map from the west. And now everything makes sense.
Or did I just say that to throw off your character?
Well, yeah!
And you will
Oh.
also remember that the NPCs were given permission to call out directions to you, whether they are going to be good or bad. They can see everything that you're doing. So if you wanted to try and... That is also an option.
Interact with the NPCs.
Yes.
I don't trust people in this village.
Now, so as you kind of go towards the right, you can see that after 35 feet, it starts to curve down towards the south. And after about 20 feet, you then have the option of still going south, so still going straight, or veering off again towards the east or to your left if you're coming from down.
Well, I mean, we have two options here. Look, can I see which way he went? Can I still see
Make
his
another
footprints?
survival check for me, because it is dark in this maze.
Oh, natural 20. That's fucked. Okay, 23. I don't fucking know how my dice is doing this to me today.
You can definitely see and hear at this point that Tobit has gone towards the left, so to the east.
There's a wild bull going this way, and no one gone that way. Do we
Well-
trust his judgment, or do we not trust his judgment? That's a question.
Doesn't matter though, does it?
Well,
Let's just follow.
if he's going the right way and we're going the wrong way,
And if he's going the wrong way, then we all end up in the same pie, don't we?
No,
Hmm.
we just follow Tobit to Tobit's pie and let him remain in the pie and then go back and go the right way. That's what I
Sure.
figure anyway. Let's
Let's
follow
just
Tobit.
follow him for now and see if he walks into anything like a big cobweb or burning ring of fire or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It'll smell like burnt hair for days with that guy, but you know.
Should we run to catch right up to him, or should we cautiously follow his tracks?
Yeah, run to catch up to him. Go on.
Well,
I'll take it in my own pace, but you can run if you want.
Mike, I just like to get inside the head of Tobit, and I'll take off with my bow and try and catch up to Tobit.
I will
Right.
take my time. I'm not running anywhere. I have the constitution of a fucking weasel.
So funny you say that. If you could hear in Tobit's head right now, he's just going, I gotta listen for the music. I got the ears like a naked mole rat.
Oh boy.
So, Tobit, you can hear the sound of pursuit behind you as you're making your way through the maze. And as you kind of begin to make your way forward, you can see that it curves around towards the left and starts going back towards the west in a very narrow corridor.
Oh wow,
As
so it
you're
does like a
moving.
full 180 style.
Yeah, so it's like whoop,
Okay.
whoop. And then you go for about 20 feet and then it stops and curves up back towards the north and then the east again. So it's actually doubling back on itself. So it's going like boop, 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 boop.
It's almost like an S shape.
Yep, exactly like an S shape.
Whew.
Now, Philgus, you see the same thing as you're kind of running up. You kind of get there, stop, turn, go back up, doubling back on itself towards the west and then back up towards the east again.
Mm-hmm. He's running.
And you can
Jeez.
see Tobit's feet as they like go around the corner. You're like right on.
I'm coming after you, Tobit.
You're shorter than me. How?
Fleet of foot, my fine friend.
Chris, are you also following or are you standing?
No, I'm with Philgus.
All right. So Tobit, as Philgus is starting to catch up to you, as you turn back towards the east, you are hit with a dead end.
Smack.
Okay.
So you're all together in a very narrow, like only one person can walk through this at a time,
Mhm.
like a very narrow corridor.
I'm at the back.
So it was an S that ended in a dead end.
Are these like? These are just like walls, right? No ceiling, just a magical darkness above.
Yeah.
Can the others see me as I get to this dead end? Like if I come around the corner and I see this dead end, are they within visible range of me?
So Philgus saw your feet as you ducked around towards a corner. As you ducked around the corner, you would have seen the dead end. So
Okay.
it's probably going to take them like 5 seconds to catch up to you at that point.
Tobit is going to attempt to parkour. And he's going to try sort of, because you said it was a narrow one, right?
Yep.
He's going to try step from one side to the other up, and he's going to try catch the ledge and pull himself up, and he's going to try roll into the next available, like,
Alright.
whatever.
I
it
will
is.
mention these walls are 10 feet high, but make an
I was like,
acrobatics check.
only double my height. I can do it. Acrobatics?
Yep.
Not athletics? All right, no
He
problem.
was never seen again.
Another 10.
So as you go to like leap up onto kind of the side, as you kind of just like fuck it, as you kind of like go to try and you feel your foot kind of go straight through the hedge. It's like a hedge wall. So as you kind of step through
And
it,
you're like,
Like head height.
house wall outside the toilet. That's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
House wall. You're like,
and you can feel your foot, like your ankle, like scraped with like the thorns and like the twigs inside the hedge, as you're kind of like almost stuck there for a second.
Yeah.
And then Filgus, sorry, you round the corner to see this.
I have Chris with me too, don't I?
Yes, I believe Benny is also kind of in the back.
I'm walking behind slowly. I'm not hurrying at all.
I sort of stop and turn on an angle and go, Tobit, you need a hand?
Yes, please, quick.
Alright, Filgus just goes in, like, sort of pulls him out and...
Robert yanks him down into the bush and runs the other way.
Make a contested strength check for me.
runs the other way towards Chris.
Yeah, right towards Chris. Like, he's got.
Oh, yes, natural's 20.
Oh, no. Come on, strength. Be a strong boy now. Straight strength, that is a 14.
So as you try to yank, you just see this small, like, gnomish man who looks quite lean and, you know, doesn't budge as you kind of yank him.
Are you seriously trying to pull me into the bushes, Tobit?
Competition, not a friend. Making combat.
I look at Chris and just like,
Alright,
Tobit!
so are you going to try and barrel your way through the 3 people that are...
Tobit!
Slide through. I'm gonna slide through Chris's legs.
I roll. I rolled a 17 plus like 4 or 5, depending on whether you what roll you at. I rolled high. Tobit! Tobit!
What's the go?
So if you're trying to... So what were you doing, Chris, to try and stop him? By putting your legs together or like blocking the way or like...
Yeah, blocking the way. You said there's a like a tunnel. My original role was to like help Tobit do what he was gonna do, and then he's like escaped from our team and run back towards me, and so I'm just gonna be like.
Alright, so you make a strength check. Tobit, you make a dex check to see if you can kind of like get around.
Yeah, 23.
Very dexterous Tobit.
Did say you practice strength, not speed.
And do like American football, like.
I put a little bit of dex into
A
him.
coat
because I
hanger
was like,
as he's trying to get past you.
he's gotta bake things. He's gotta be nimble. With
I'm
the
not trying to
fingers.
hurt him or anything. I'm just like, hang on, mate.
So that was just straight dex, right?
Yeah.
It's not enough, but 18.
So as you try and duck your way underneath, you can feel like he's not moving, and there's no way. Even with that, he's like a half orc, right? And this is a very small. Even though you're small, it's.
Tobit!
Yep.
Look, I know you think this is like an individual challenge where we're like racing and stuff, but hang on a second.
I imagine it's just like hand on the head. And
Yeah.
he's like trying to run still.
Yeah, I'll let you go when you look at me. Look at me. Come here. Okay. So here's the thing, Tobit. I heard you lost this last time. You
Yeah,
seem like
yeah.
a smart man.
Very.
This isn't really. This is like a team challenge where we like do the individual bit at the end, right? And one of us becomes a winner. So to start, we're gonna like pretend to be friends. You know, you're a good friend of mine. And then you'll like grab him in a like really painful like. See, we're mates. You and I, we're good friends.
I understand what you're getting at, mate, but it seems to me like you all just copying the one who was winning. Ugh. He's
Yeah.
going to continue to try and push.
I'll
This
turn
is
around
like
and
life
walk
or
back.
death for Tobin.
I'll walk out of the way. I'll walk back to the T intersection and just wait
Right.
there.
All right. Benny is outie. He's all the way back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be crushed by these big guys. I'm just gonna walk back and wait at the
Tell you
intersection.
what, Tobin. I'll help you. If you want to go up, because that's what you did, I'll help you. I'll push you to the top.
No, it's good. I'm walking around. I'm happy. Yep.
All right. So make another Dex versus Strength, I guess, if you're trying to kind of nimble your way past, and Chris is trying to stop you.
He's I was gonna say, I would say he's because he doesn't have momentum at this point. He'd probably be trying to like actually shove to the side and push.
All right. Well, make a shove attack then.
All right.
We've gotten to PvP real early.
Tobin didn't hesitate.
Tobin was on stage looking at them, being like, "Where's their weak points?"
Pain versus pain. PvP.
So strength or athletics?
So it's a
Attack
shove
roll.
it, like you're doing a shove attack. Like so,
Attack
it'd
roll.
be
Okay. Strength roll. Okay. 15.
21. You can. I mean, you can keep. We can do this all day, mate. Like, you know, it's your choice. I can help you do what you want, or you can keep trying to walk through me. But you know,
I think Benny's gonna win if he just keeps going.
I'm just standing there, waiting.
Oh, I thought you
See,
turned
Benny,
around,
Benny's
like,
No,
gone
I
all
went-
the way back to like the beginning of the where that T intersection was.
Oh yeah, sorry, I went back to
Oh,
the
yeah.
T. You can't see that from there. But I'm still standing there waiting.
Filgus,
What about
oh,
you?
excuse me, sorry. Filgus will start walking past and just like tap them both on the shoulder. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so you rejoin Benny back at that T intersection.
Yes.
yeah. So Chris will follow Filgus in a way that's like blocking. The path.
Walking up like this.
It's like, yeah. He got my point. I was successful in persuading him to believe we're all on the same team. But, you know, the massive dude is just walking in front, he's following behind.
So now the marching order is currently Benny, Filgus, Chris, and Tobin at the back.
Yeah.
Tobin is furious. Jirak is fine. Tobin is
Throwing
furious.
You can see the ice melting around him.
So back at the T intersection, you now can see the way that you originally came from, which is to the north. You have the path that you just came from, which is to the east. You have a wall in front of you to the west, and then you have a straight line down towards the south.
So we'd have to go south.
Oh.
Yeah, to the south.
Or north. There's a north path.
Oh, we did have a path that was back to the west at that other T junction.
Back home.
Well, I mean, it's up to you
Nah.
where you want to go. I feel like we should probably try this one, but that's just
Yeah,
my
you're
guess.
the leader. We'll follow
What?
you.
No, I don't want to be a leader of any of you lot. No offense to you. I'm just trying to
Nah,
be
nah,
polite here.
It's a competition, right? We're all on our own, but you're... Yeah.
Filgus will
Right.
flick his hair. I can lead.
Sure, you can lead, Mr. Survival Expert.
Alright, Filgus, you are in the lead.
Okay. Filgus will just like walk past, very like magnanimous, and start making his way south, leading
Alright.
the party.
Just watch out for the fall traps.
I'm quite agile, Benny. Don't worry.
We'll see.
So Chris will let Tobin pass if he's still like aggressively trying to pass. Filgus is in the
Time he's
lead.
come back through there, he's a grumpy. He's basically grumpy dwarf from Snow White. He's standing behind like.
I'll stay at the back and I'll let Tobin go before me as well.
Alright. So, Filgus, as you make your way down towards the south, let's go to zoom out a little bit here. You have two options. You are met with a wall, but there is another it's another T intersection where you can go either left or right, so to the west or to the east.
I stop and I look back at the other contestants, Benny, Chris, and Tobit. Shall we flip a coin?
Well,
Nah.
I mean, I think that if we're going to the west, we're gonna go back to where we came from, as far as my map skills in my head tell me. Because that's literally almost a full circle back to where we came from. If we go to the east, we're gonna go deeper into this place if we are lucky. But it's up to you, of course.
I would
Yeah,
like to
you're the
try
leader.
and, yeah, I'd like to try and see if I can hear the music.
All right, make a perception or a survival check.
Oh, I'll go survive. I got a +3 to that. Oh no, that was terrible. I got an 8.
It's kind of hard to like. You can hear the music, but it's sort of resonating from everywhere, and you're very distracted by the grumblings of an angry dwarf, like 20 feet behind you. You can just hear the muttering and the kind of just.
It's like a chainsaw.
Tobit, quiet down. No, I can't tell where the music's coming from. I suppose the east sounds probably.
Well, it's up to you. You're the one in the front.
To the
You're the
east.
boss man.
Let's go to the east. We can go to the east.
All right, so to the east. So if you're coming down from the top, you are going to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is everyone following?
Yes.
Tobit is going to take a very hard look to the west to try see if he can see if that leads to a dead end or an alternate path.
So I'm just going to, because you're kind of in the middle, I'm just going to describe what Chris and Philgus see, and then I'll come back as they're kind of moving forward.
Nah,
So-
Chris would be like behind Tobis. He's not seeing what Philgus is seeing without Tobis. If Tobis is going right,
He was
he's
at the
gonna
back.
push
You were
him.
blocking him off before. How has he switched now?
So from the marching order that I've got is Philgus, Chris, Tobit, Benny, because Benny said that he waited and was at that T intersection, and then
I'll try to be behind everyone all the time.
fell in behind.
Yeah,
Tobit.
I thought once Benny took the lead, then Chris would let Tobit go in ahead to be like, but actually Tobit's like, we're just keeping the party together. Like that's his Chris's motivation is like, if the front guy is going front, then he'll block the front. If Tobit's trying to go backwards, then he'll block the backwards.
So for the purposes of this, I will see that you all kind of get to the T intersection and fall out into like a line.
Sure.
So as you get to the T intersection, you fall out into the line. You have a path to the left or the right. Tobit, I want you to make a perception check for me. And Philgus, as you kind of go down towards the left, you can see that it's another sort of like a zigzaggy shape. But this time it's backwards. It's like a backwards S almost.
Oh, okay. I will curiously follow it.
All right, you begin to move forward. How'd you go, Tobit?
Awful. 6.
It's quite dark, but there's no like natural light. But it seems as though the light is coming from the hedges themselves. And looking down, you can see like 30 feet in front of you, and then it's just kind of darkness.
Yeah. And then I turn around and continue my grumpy. It's my mustache. It works like a filter. It makes it sound noisier. And
So
I
dry
continue
it
to march
crackles.
along. Yeah. And as we head on, you were saying that was a reverse S, correct?
Yes.
Sweet.
And then on the tail of that reverse S, where previously it had ended in a dead end, this time it continues forward 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet, and then drops down towards the south again.
So
Can
a
I double
reverse
check?
and then 60
sorry.
feet forward and then drops down towards the south.
Hard turn?
Yes.
Like a, yeah.
So the reverse S is in the direction of the east, isn't it?
Yes, so
it's,
you're coming from this direction, then it kind of goes like that way.
So reverse S. How do you do reverse S?
You draw a boob and then you draw another boob underneath. That's a reverse
Oh,
test.
you're right. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it
That
does-
actually
it does
somehow
make,
made
it
my
does
brain
make
work.
sense, right? I can't explain this.
It
Anyone
makes
watching?
sense.
I hope Laura
It
deletes
actually
this.
does. Oh my
Makes sense.
goodness.
It makes sense.
And then
Once
it
you
turns
start
back south.
thinking about Laura's directions. She's looking at a map that she understands and she's describing it.
Oh, I
She's
love it.
not describing the path as if she's in it. She's looking
Right.
at the bird's eye view. Once you
Yeah.
understand that, I think it makes sense.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Two booths.
Does everyone
Love that.
continue down this path?
Unless
Yes.
Tobit tries to turn around and then I'll push him.
Right, so I know that Filgus has gone forward. So currently Filgus is the only one kind of seeing this long stretch of corridor.
Mhm.
What's everyone else doing?
I will follow, but I won't push past anyone if they're trying to go past me the other direction.
All right. I'll put you kind of in the beginning of the reverse S.
I'm fragile.
The natural one, Tovit, stays with the group.
Okay.
So failure is teamwork. Okay, good to know.
All right. We all go together.
Critical failure is
Yes,
teamwork.
yes.
Right. So we continue as we're going, I guess.
All right. So so what's my marching order? So I've got this correct.
Same as
Chris is
before, I
at the
think.
back.
So I've got Filgus, Benny, Chris, and then Tobit currently. Would you like to
Nah,
adjust?
Chris would be behind Tobit.
I can stay there. I would prefer to be at the end, but I don't mind.
You're gonna have to make an attack roll against Chris.
Me?
I'm going
Chris is like aggressively staying at the back at the moment.
All right,
That's
so as you continue forward, you have the option, well, you have the only way to go, is where it drops down kind of suddenly towards the south,
Mhm.
4, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet, and then opens up into a wider corridor, which then begins to go north.
It's almost U-shapes on itself.
Oh shit! I was like that. I
Is
cannot
there a
figure
different
out how that
option?
works.
No,
This
is a only one path forward at this point.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you've gone in this direction.
What's
So
in the
it's-
opening then? Is there anything in the opening? Or is it just an
Um,
open space?
You will have to move forward to have a look.
I'll wait my turn until everyone else is moved in the
Why
direction we're
corridor?
going.
So we're going south, and then it twists up into a U.
Correct.
Doing a U.
And then at the top of that U, it opens up into like a wider corridor.
Oh, sorry.
essentially.
So it goes down into a UE and then goes into an open corridor. Sorry, I had it the other way around. Right, doesn't really matter, but
Filgus will
Jackie Yui.
advance confidently.
Right, so as
Good on
you
you,
move
Vilgus.
forward, as it opens up, you almost feel like you've got room to breathe here. And as you step forward into a wider alcove almost, you can see that it's quite large and it stretches from east to west. And
Mhm.
in the center, there is a large glowing orb. This time it is golden color. And it's got the same, you would recognize this kind of where you are, Benny. You can hear the sound, like the whistling sound as if it's coming from like a small gap in a window, like that. And the snow is like flurrying underneath it.
What was the
Oh.
color of the last orb that we saw?
blue.
Blue.
Well, the last orb that Benny saw.
hmm Well, I mean, last time I touched one of these things, it gave me a hint, so maybe Tobit should touch it.
Tobit walks up and touches it.
As you walk up and put your hand on the orb, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I am so wise. I'm not even going to check my modifier. That was a natural 4. So,
So as
changed
you
that
reach
twice.
out and touch the orb, you feel like someone's grabbed you from behind and yanked you forward, and anyone standing there watching sees Tobit out of existence.
What?
Well,
And
that solves
Tobit,
one problem.
You stumble forwards into you don't know where you are. It is an unknown part of this maze, and you can see a glowing orb behind you.
you piece of paper is what I'm hearing. Yeah, all right.
There's no other exits, are there?
From where you are currently, no. It's like a dead end alcove, and there's just so similar to where you were before, just a dead end with the orb in it. And Turbot's gone.
I
Turbot's
believe
gone.
we can do the same thing, or we can go back and try to do something else. We have two
Wait a
options
second.
left.
This
So
big big alcove's a dead end. It doesn't loop back up. It's a dead end to the gold.
I'd say we've come such a long way to backtrack. So
Nah, we should go back. We should go back to the other path.
I have a feeling that this thing is a way to go somewhere else, and all of these paths are going to lead us to one or another of these orbs. I feel
Oh,
like
you
one
wanna
is
go
just
do
as
that
good as
one?
another. I feel like this is as good as the other ones,
gold is a good color.
but we just don't know where we are in relations to the rest of the maze as soon as we move, however.
As soon as Toby
Yeah.
gets through, by the way, as soon as he realizes he's okay, he starts screaming wildly, putting on a show as though he's dying on the other side.
All right.
Can we hear Tobit?
So I want. Make a performance check for me, please, Tobit, and everyone else. I want you to make a perception check for me.
What if I actively are trying to ignore it?
I got a
that doesn't.
6.
I got a 5.
Anti-perception.
I'm actively trying to ignore it too.
And the fairyland was closed down after the mysterious death of Tobin. They never found his body.
Yes, Tobit's dead.
It's my best roll so far at a 16.
All right. So, what was the highest roll? I think it was a 14, right? Was that the highest roll?
I got a 5.
I got a 6.
Oh, it was a
Got a
4. Sorry, I thought it was a 14. It's the sound of the whistling and the kind of like the soft thrumming and the hum of the orb. You can't hear anything past that. But Toby, you think that's, you know.
It sounds more like ho ho ho.
What kind of awful maze have you made here, mate? I'm gonna die.
Who's Maisie?
The other side just
Clearly, these orb things are a trap. Let's go back and go along. And then Chris goes back and goes along to the west, along the path.
So back to that T intersection.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tobit, as they're making their way back, you have a little bit of time here. I'm assuming that everyone else is following, unless anyone else wants to touch the orb as Chris starts moving back.
You'll touch it too.
All right, Phil, just make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Can he actively just fail?
Actively failed? No.
Actively fail? No, I'm not sure about that. Oh, well, I mean, I kind of actively failed and got a 4.
So,
good number.
Tobit, as you begin to kind of like going around getting your bearings, kind of screaming out, like, the maze, it's so awful. And then from behind you, you see a flurry of snow as Philgus appears in the small alcove behind you, and the party's now officially 50-50.
A flurry of snows.
Never split the party!
I've doomed us all.
Perceptive. I imagined that Phil sort of comes in and he's just facing the opposite direction, screaming, don't come this way! They've got wolves! There's wolves in here, mate! They're getting me! There's wolves! Oh, hey! Yeah! Oh, hey, mate.
You are an idiot. Let's go.
So, Chris and Benny, you make your way back to the intersection, and then you have the option to continue towards the west from where you were before. I'm just going to put you guys back there. Tobit and Philgus, where you're standing, it is, I don't know how best to describe this.
Yes.
I'm actually considering just putting a screenshot of like this particular area in the Discord. But it is an alcove at the top, and then there is a path that kind of goes down to the left, down to the right, down to the left, and then down again. So it's like a zigzag.
When someone's intestines right now.
Yeah, it's like intestines. Yeah.
My intestine system.
And this was heading south?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So down to the left, down to the right, down to the left, and down again. Gotcha.
Yep. And then down again towards the left.
Then down again to the left. So ultimately facing west.
Yes, correct.
Got it. And there's no other exits out of this room?
I'm going to no.
Sweet. I'm not looking. If you're posting it, I ain't looking.
All right, I'm worried. All right.
I got
I'm just not
It's in my
confident in my
mind
describing skills. Okay. So as you come out, there's this little kind of like zigzaggy area. Now, Tobit and Benny, Chris and Benny, as you're standing there, surprise!
I've been
as
turned
you
into two
are-
people.
Standing there, you have the option to go forward, or there's another path that drops down towards the south, about halfway across the corridor.
Isn't it going to the west?
So if you can continue
We
back
can keep
towards.
going west, or we can keep going south. We can go south.
Yes. If you wanted to, you can try and make a perception check, because the way forward is about 40 feet, but then kind of where that gap is in the south wall, I'm kind of not sure what's beyond that.
Sorry, I thought that there was only one direction there before it turned into the S. So there's also one going down there?
Yes.
So there's
'Cause we
two
went
options
along-
there.
Because we went along west, and then on the west there's a new intersection.
Oh, so it goes south at the west.
Yes.
Okay.
We went backwards along the maze. Remember, we've gone back away because we're scared of the magic.
Yep, I would have stopped
Because
at
we're
that
scared of the
intersection
magic.
though. I would have stopped at that intersection though.
Okay, good. You've stopped at the intersection, and I'm going south.
I'm going back to the blue orb.
You're going to go back,
North.
kind of backtrack
Yeah,
I'm
all
going
the way
all
back,
Oh,
to the blue orb.
orb.
Yeah. Good.
All right, so
Let the party
Chris,
again.
you are this is split in four ways. All we need is Tobit to run off again, and then we're all over the place. Right, so Chris, I'm just going to drop you in the entrance to the south corridor.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Annie, I need you to make a survival check for me to see if you can track yourself and your steps back towards because now there are kind of footsteps going in every direction in this area. You can kind of
13.
13. You make your way back upwards towards the north.
And then it would be turning it would be turning to the west, and then I would go down to where we started almost, and then go to the east instead.
Correct. You got it. And
Got it.
now, if you're going to touch the orb,
Yes.
make a wisdom saving throw.
What if I want to fail? You can't do that?
Nope.
Because I'm really good at wisdom saving throws. So that was a 17.
So it's just saying that you're like trying to get through it, and you can see like the blackness forming over your eyes, but you're just there's something in your brain that is just not letting you go through this orb.
I'm just continuing to try.
All right, trying to fail. So while you're trying, make another 3 rolls for me, 3 wisdom saving throws, and then you can give me the lowest, I guess, if you're trying to fail. Tobit
5.
and Vilgus. All right, cool. So you come to a gap in the wall that is facing towards the west, and that is the only direction that you can go.
The wall facing west.
I'll go first, Tobit. Traps and all. I'm quite fleet of foot, as I like to say. So,
By all means.
So
for
as
this
you
history.
snake your way down and across, make a perception check for me.
Ooh, I sure can with my plus.
Time
1.
for a landmine.
17.
Merry Christmas.
So as you emerge into what seems almost like a clearing, it kind of opens up a little bit. And as you're kind of looking around trying to get your bearings, and you kind of look up towards the north on a map, or to the right, you see Chris standing at the top of a corridor looking down towards you.
Wait. What? Hang on a minute.
Son of a gun. That's not a new piece of paper.
Got caught my ass.
Wait. Sorry. We just went to the west, and now we squeezed to the thing, and now we can see him directly ahead. Or was he to the left or right?
So
Above.
Above.
Above you, if you're looking like bird's eye view, like on a map. So
Uh-huh.
he is to the north, you are to the south, and you're kind of looking at each other. So Chris is looking south, you're looking north, and there's a corridor, and it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40, 60 feet. You're kind of 60 feet apart.
And was this with like a curve
But I'm
turn
higher?
that went from the west up?
Am I
or
like on the top
straight?
of the?
Okay.
What was that, sorry, Chris?
Am I higher? Like, am I on top of the hedge? Kind of.
No, you're
Mm.
just. If you look at it from the top down, you are towards the north, and they're towards the
Yes.
east. And it's
Yeah,
like
but we're
it's-
on the same level. It's not
Yes.
a.
yeah.
It's not a tiered map.
No.
When I say up,
It's
it's
not
like
3D.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
But their direction. So when you say up, their direction has changed. They went to the gold. They went to the gold orb, and their perception of the north, south, east, west changed. Okay.
so they've come out. They didn't know where they were going, so they've just blinked into existence, followed this kind of snaky path, come out of a little entrance to the south, and then because you're looking down towards the south, right, from that direction
Yeah.
that you came
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So
So
they've
they
come
can
out
see.
here.
They can see me, and I'm north of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the corner of the little alcove that you're standing in, Philgus, something catches your eye as well as you're kind of looking around. And you can see this glowing blue orb. And then as you're kind of looking at it, Benny kind of like tumbles out and splatters onto the snow, and kind of the spray it shoots upwards. It's so funny. You've all fucking just come together again. That's hilarious.
Any luck, Benny?
It took me a while to figure out how these things work, but I believe that they're just small shortcuts. It seems.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
Well, there's only one place we haven't really gone now, as far as I can see. Well, two places really.
Can we keep going south?
No. So Philgus and Tobit are standing at the southernmost wall in this area.
And to clarify, that is at the end of a T junction, kind of. So it's sort of like from there you could go east, you could go west, or you could go north.
Yes.
But to the west is a dead end with a blue orb.
Yes.
Gotcha. Sweet.
So we have to go
Benny's in it.
north and
Okay,
then
got it.
south afterwards.
North, we want to go after. Here, I think, Benny.
And Chris, you can kind of see these figures kind of down the end of the corridor.
Yeah,
Kind of
I'm
three
north
people.
of them, but I'm north of them.
So you're about like 60 feet away from them.
Yeah, so I can keep going west.
You're going to keep going
I'm not-
west.
No,
Uh,
I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm just building the map. Jacob is just building the map.
Yeah.
Chris is standing there glaring.
With Chris to the north as the muscle of this group, Tobit relentlessly admitting in his head, he sort of looks up and he turns to the left and he bolts it for the blue orb.
Oh yeah.
All right. Are Benny or Philgus trying to stop?
Philgus just like he's about to hit into my arm and my bow, so I just like and just let him go past. And
All right. Benny, are you doing anything to stop Tobit? Because you're kind of standing right next to the orb at this point.
I'll step aside and I will just let him pass as I push up my leg a little bit. And trip him.
Make an unarmed attack roll.
Oh god.
For me.
What is my thing for that? Actions. Nope. Inventory. Nope. Attack. That is an 11 to hit.
11's my AC.
oh,
Right.
damn.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please, Tobit. If you beat an 11, you don't like fall.
Nope, I don't beat an 11. That's a 4.
Right.
Just starts
So-
shoveling snow with his face.
4
So
for 4.
as you go, as Benny kind of steps aside and sticks his leg out, and it kind of you stumble to try and catch yourself so that you can keep running, but you're kind of front heavy, and so as you're tipping, you just kind of continue to tip forward, and the orb is kind of about 10 feet away from you, just kind of like hovering.
I reach for a moment, just with my face in the snow, hoping I slid far enough before standing up, looking over my shoulder. And then just trying to run. Yeah.
Right. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Huzzah! Don't roll high now. Please don't roll high now. It's right down the middle. For a 10. Exactly a 10.
So as you're kind of standing there, you go reach out towards it, you put your hand kind of through it, and then you just feel yourself getting sucked directly through the orb. And you find yourself back towards the entrance of the maze. And you can kind of see, if you're looking out from coming out of the orb, you're looking back towards where that entrance was.
Yep. The T section. Yeah, yep. Okay.
Chris, make a perception check for me.
Perception? Yeah, it's for us 14.
Looking down, you're kind of seeing what's going on. They're kind of a little bit far away. It's kind of hard. It's dark in here, trying to make out what's going on. And then as you're looking, you can see a gap in the wall to your left. So you're looking down the corridor to the south. There is a gap on the eastern side. About halfway down.
Towards where the gold is, but not where the gold is.
Yes, correct. So it's kind of just before that.
It would be funny if this is the right way and Tobin just nuked himself into space.
Oh, without a doubt.
That's his whole character arc.
Tobin is carve your own path.
Bless his heart.
Carve your own pumpkin.
Yeah.
I love
He's got
this.
to be right, but also.
I love this way of DMing as well, because it's like, I let you have free reign, but it's definitely a railroad.
Yeah. Like when I did it with the numbers all over the place, it's like, well, there's 9 possible routes. You get whichever one you want, but there's only 9.
Yep.
You've got to get to number 3 eventually.
Yeah, you got to get there eventually. All right, so Chris, you can see Benny and Philga standing together. Tobit is off towards the entrance of the maze. Where are we going?
Was just going to hold that information at the moment and see, because he saw there was like action down the bottom, and he's going to hold that T in section that he was at for the moment.
Chris.
And he wants to see what happens next.
I'm gonna have some trouble with these orbs for a while. It's pretty hard for me to activate them apparently. So I might just go the long way this time.
I think so. I think they're what do you call a fake pudding, or what's the expression? A trick.
Fake pudding?
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
A goose chase, a wild goose chase.
Yes. I think it was a human expression. I can't quite remember. Out of my
That's right. You're not a human. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, the sideburns give it away. Anyway, let's go towards Chris. Maybe we should just do it slowly.
Sounds good, Benny. We'll walk moderately normally.
Moderately normally. So as you begin making your way up, 10, 20,
What happened to Tobit?
25, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 feet up, you see a gap on your right if you're coming up. There's a gap.
I'm gonna stop, look. He went into a blue orb up there, Chris. Perhaps you should have a look.
At the blue orb.
He would have
Yeah,
gone
let's
back to. He went back to the start. That's the blue orb that I saw earlier.
Did the orbs take you places?
It seems like it's teleporting you somewhere else. But we feel that it might be a trick of deception because it doesn't seem to take you very far. So far, they haven't taken us anywhere good.
Does it
Telling
take you
us in
forwards
circles.
or backwards?
Well, there's apparently a thing here as well.
Are you going to go down that path, or you want to come back up here and go west?
I mean, we might as well check this one out while we're right here, though. If you
Yeah,
want.
go on then.
Oh, all right then. I'm gonna go into the eastern one.
I'll follow you in, Benny.
All right. So, Benny, as you move forward towards the east, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet, you're presented with another choice. You can either go down or go straight. So there's an option where there's a path down towards the south, or you can continue straight forward.
Okay, so I definitely didn't draw this map properly, but
Me neither.
there are some boxes that are blocking some other boxes at this point.
Where they're like,
Yeah.
the band's drawing on his wife's back and he's drawing a penis and she's like, my parts.
She's drawing like a jellyfish, and yeah.
I think I'm gonna probably go east.
All right. So as you continue east, 10 feet, and then it takes a sharp turn down towards the south before opening up into a dead end.
Okay, there's nothing there, just a dead end.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll go backwards to the other one and go south.
All right. Philgan, are you following?
Yeah, I did the. I followed Benny up until that point, and we go again, and then we continue south together.
Chris is back at the intersection where they go south again.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Did you say Chris is still at that top intersection?
So he went back to the
Chris
one
Chris has
before the
followed.
booth.
Chris has followed, and he's waited at the one that we're now back to go south again.
All right.
He didn't see what was in the booth.
Oh. This one.
Oh, yours looks way better. Like mine's like really like.
Well, the problem is that there's no more room for any roads because I didn't know there was a secret exit there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same from one facing, yeah.
I can't wait to show you guys the map after. I'm so
The
excited.
actual map, yeah.
Um,
So exciting.
Just
It's
completely
starting to
different
form
than what we
words now.
As soon as you started saying things in feet, I was like, I had grid paper right to my left. Why? Why did I start with regular?
So as you are approaching that corridor towards the south, you start to head down Tobit. Where would you like to go? Because you are currently kind of back at the entrance.
I'm forward to my first north.
Mhm.
So at that very first intersection, basically head north up. And where I took a right last time to head to the east,
Blue.
which is ultimately led to where everyone else is, I'm gonna swing a lefty.
Just a question. Where you are right now, where the blue orb is, isn't there also a path directly in front?
That's the entrance, I believe.
No, that's towards the. Oh no, yeah, you're right. That's the entrance.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's why I don't figure it out. Okay, cool.
So
Where's the other one? Must have been.
as you go left,
Yep.
you continue forward for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, and then it makes a sharp turn upwards.
Can I listen for music as well?
Make a survival or perception check for me.
The maze are alive with the sound of
Nope.
death.
I got an
What'd you
8.
roll? An 8?
Yep.
It's kind of hard to. It's dark, and you can hear the music faintly, but more so you can hear the loud sound of like laughter and like chattering from somewhere above you.
The people. They're all
Having
against me.
They're all against you.
It's a conspiracy.
They laugh.
They're just laughing and enjoying a show. Tobit's about to burst into tears and go through a complete mental breakdown in the middle of this maze.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, at least you'll have people watching you while you do it. That's always
Yeah,
better.
exactly.
It's the
So
moments.
as it makes a sharp turn upwards, as you turn up, you're immediately faced with either continuing to go north or being able to go back towards the east.
Back towards the east, okay. I will. Let's keep going north.
30 feet and you're hit with a dead end.
And I turn back around.
Alright, right, so as you begin to make your way down
Yeah.
towards the east, we will pop back over to our group that is currently heading south. Benny, you are in the lead according to my marching order. I've got Benny, then Philgus, then Chris coming up from behind.
Sure.
Now, as you come forward, before going any further, you notice that the ground starts to dip a little in front of you. And 10 feet ahead of you, there is a pit carved into the ground with kind of jagged edges. It looks to be quite large, and it is the ground is completely removed from the path that you wish to go forward.
How close are we to the pit?
How close are you to the pit? So you're following Benny, I guess, and it's about 5-10 feet away from in front of Benny. It's kind of hard to see because Benny's quite tall and the corridors are quite narrow here.
Okay.
So
No worries. I'm gonna hold that information.
okay.
So does that mean that we can't go that way, or does it mean that we can go down that way? Okay. I will try to carefully climb down and go into the hole.
Alright, you're going into the hole. So as you move forward, you can see, looking down, it is just black. It is just inky black darkness. Even holding your candle out, it's like the darkness above you.
Oh.
It is like a magical darkness.
I'm just gonna continue walking and try not to fall as best as I can, very slowly.
Into the pit?
Mhm.
So as you kind of crouch down and kind of like begin to lower yourself over the edge of the pit, there's nothing kind of to get a grip on. It's kind of like just like a sheer drop downwards.
Yeet.
All right. You let go and you drop yourself into the pit.
Sure.
So as you kind of like step forward, and then you can see Chris and Philgus, you can see me as he just goes forward. And
I gotta try to catch him?
But you didn't climb down though.
Oh, I didn't climb down. No, I didn't.
As Benny kind of goes forward, you can see as he steps down, it looks like he's been cut in half. Like his torso, anything below his navel is black. And Benny, you can feel underneath you solid ground.
Okay, so I'm just like waist deep pretty much in darkness.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything, does it feel like there's anything in there? Is it just a hole that I'm standing in? Or would it be like a tunnel if I bent down and try to go through?
You can keep walking.
I'll keep walking.
So as you begin to make your way forwards kind of carefully, nothing seems to happen as you continue to make your way down. And then as you're kind of standing in this pit, and Chris and Philgus, you can see that it looks like he's like wading a little bit in shallow water. And then Benny, as you continue to move through the pit, you are faced with another choice of either continuing it's a little bit hard to explain. So as you step forward, there is a wall in front of you.
Mhm.
And then if you turn to your left, there are two options. So there are two paths towards the left, but they're divided in the middle by a hedgerow.
Okay, so it splits almost.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take the one that's furthest to the south. So the furthest left.
So as you see that, you can kind of climb out of the pit of doom and kind of climb your way out and then continue.
I'll just yell into the cave. Ah, it got me!
Chris and Philgus, you can see, he's just he's
He's
waiting.
just there, and I'm just like. Philgus would like to follow.
I can't hear you, Tobit, if you're speaking.
Never mind, it was just a silly comment. I was just saying, he's not an idiot now. Come on.
Oh.
You know what's fair? I'm like, you're an idiot.
Selective idiot. That's the question. Selective idiot.
Philgus will follow and get to. I assume. I just missed the end bit there because my audio cut out. But Benny, did you say you were going left?
Furthest left, so more towards the south, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Philgus, I don't want to lose you. Hold this.
I'm holding a
And
candle
Chris-
as well, so
Chris will hands Filgus a rope.
Okay, I grab the rope. Good thinking, Chris.
Yank.
Yeet.
Immediately knocks him out.
Tie it around yourself, and if there's a problem, I can pull you out. Because we're a team, you know? Teamwork.
I like your thinking, Chris. You're a good chap. And I'll tie it around my waist and step into the inky darkness.
So as you kind of step into this pit, where Benny was kind of cut in half by like his torso, you are completely covered because you are a gnome. And so,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So as you kind of step forward, it is nothing but blackness
Oh
for
no.
you. It's like a magical darkness. So you have to, takes you probably twice the amount of time to actually get through it. But you can also get to the other edge. And Chris, you just see this rope. It was almost like a fishing line in water, as it's just like
Oh, got a bite.
Oh boy,
Love that. Cool.
And
Yeah.
Benny returns.
that's funny. Well, in Danish, the word for one type of fish is also idiot. So
That's so funny.
The same in Australian. You call someone a pillock.
Yeah.
So are you all kind of following in the same direction?
I would like to, when he pops out, try and run and jump. And then,
Right.
like, use the rope that he thought was trying to be helpful to pull myself to avoid the magical darkness.
All right.
To be like, wow!
He's going to get yanked backwards. Half-orc pulling a gnome on a rope.
I have very good athletics.
Acrobatics to jump and leap.
Acrobatics, even less. I tried that, and 6 total.
So as you try and kind of give yourself a little bit of a running start, as you begin to just jump and then leap forwards, you are way short and just land in like the middle of the pit and do a little bit of a stumbling
feet sticking out.
to try and catch yourself.
I should have
feel the
attached
ropes
this
on
rope
them.
not to a gnome.
Do I feel the ropes on the
you can,
target?
yeah, you can feel it kind of like pulling around you.
It's like turn around with the bow in the hand. I'm like, Chris, you're right.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
You could have hold it harder.
Oh, my bad. I'll pull it and try to reel him in.
But yeah.
Your feet sliding on the ground as you're pulling yourself closer.
Yes, this
And
is
everyone is watching this right now too.
This is really your fault.
Tobit,
Yes.
we move back to you. So you are currently alone at the northern side of the map.
Lord,
Mhm.
I'm afraid.
As you begin to move forward through this narrow corridor, it's a little bit wider than the other one, probably about 10 feet across, but still.
Yeah.
Begin to make your way forward for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet, and then it narrows very briefly before widening up into a larger alcove. And standing here, you see...
Grim Reaper.
The mayor.
John
you
ordered
see
for.
3 large figures standing in this small clearing. Oh, sorry.
Bless you, whichever one of you 3.
The maze sneezed.
So you see 3 figures standing in this clearing with eyes as black as coal and large rotund bodies swirling slowly in the snow. One by one, they turn to look at you, their large hooked orange noses pointed in your direction. What have we here? A warm snack for a cold night? Oh, come on, Frosty, you hungry? And 3 lumbering figures begin to move towards you slowly, their round bodies rolling in the snow, steadily encroaching towards you. And I need you to roll initiative for me.
Oh yeah!
Nightmare inducing as Jack Frost kills John Falls.
Oh my god, hi! Sorry, I totally didn't see you there. I was too busy hanging out in our Monsters of Mayhem Discord server. Hi, I'm Laura, your friendly neighborhood gremlin, and today I'm here to talk to you about the Monsters of Mayhem Discord server. Monsters Mayhem Discord server can be found by typing !Discord over in the chat. Over at the Discord, we do cool things, like tonight's one-shot. That's right, the cast from today's one-shot were plucked from our Discord like an orphan off the street. So if you want to come and hang out and play Dungeons & Dragons, come do that. We also have not streamed one-shots if you don't want to be broadcasted to the entire internet. We also do that as well. Our mods run kind of one-shots and things like that. Or maybe you're looking for people to play your home game, or looking to form a group of players. Come do that as well. You can poach awesome D&D players from our Discord server. We allow poaching, which is really cool. Or maybe you're a gremlin, like me, who stays up way too late looking at the subtly glowing white screen, trying to finish quests in video games, and you are just left counting down the hours until you have to wake up in the morning, just constantly glancing at the clock and trying desperately to finish that quest before the timer runs out, and then you wonder why you're always tired because you stay up until the sunlight starts creeping through the window. If that's the case, we also have games nights every Tuesday. Come along and play group games with us. You also have the chance to win cool prizes, which is really cool, just for showing up. We have like a leaderboard, and if you show up, you get put directly on the leaderboard. And then if you're a pleasure to play with, or if you win the game, you get points. And those points count towards winning prizes, which is really cool. Or maybe you like dogs, and cats, and reptiles, and llamas. I'm totally serious about the llamas. That's the thing. We have really cool photos of those all up on our Discord channel too. So come look at those. And food. Who doesn't like food? We have lots of photos of food. So if you like recipe ideas, come and hang out and look at those. And we also celebrate birthdays. If it's your birthday, we'll be like, oh, it's your birthday. You're awesome. We love you. So come and do that on our Discord channel as well. Or do you like dice? Can I tempt you with dice, maybe? We have this innate urge inside all of us as Dungeons & Dragons players or tabletop RPG players to collect dice and hoard them up like a dragon. And we post photos of those hoards and really pretty dice and links to where you can buy them if you want to strain your bank account. So come do that if you want to be tempted to blow your life savings. Maybe you play Dungeons & Dragons and have a really cool character concept, or tabletop RPG, really cool character concepts, and you want to share those character concepts with people who will totally nerd out with you about those. Come do that. Or maybe you have a home game and you have this really cool plot point that you want to talk about. Come do that. We really want to hear those stories as well. Just don't let Tom hear any of them because we don't want to give him any ideas, because for reasons. So yeah. Come hang out in the Discord server. Lots of really cool people. We're all really friendly, and if you're not friendly, you get a ban. So it's moderated, it's really active. Come hang out with us. We really want to hang out with you. So yeah, do that. Hang out with us. That's it. That's the ad. That's all I have to talk about. I mean, I can keep talking if you want me to. Do you want me to keep talking? I can. What can I talk about? I can talk about that. Oh, that weird growth that I found living under our kitchen sink. That's a cool story. Oh, or I can tell you the story about how Tom found rats and they were like stealing his forks, which is apparently a true story. Like the fork thief. That's really cool. Or I could talk about the time in the campaign where we realized that the big bad evil guy all along was actually this guy named...
Do you mind if I make you look a little different before we go down?
What? We get to pick.
Drekik looks like a 60-year-old woman. Looks like she's been working the potato fields a little bit too long.
Honey,
Don't call me that.
I would like to go to the jewelry store. Excuse me.
The
I mean,
clerk is a little goblin
Me.
with he has little glasses on himself, and he has no hair except for a little bit in the middle. Yes, what can I help you, old lady? Oh, you're in your prime, aren't you?
Oh, stop it, you.
Oh, you're very beautiful eyes. Are you married?
The one with the bad back.
Oh, very well.
Now what?
So now you buy them. You give me money, and I give you glasses. Unless you want to go on a date, you know.
Oh. Well, it depends. What time do you get off?
Well, that's up to you, isn't it?
Give me a couple hours and I can lose this one.
Right, well, I mean, I could maybe drop these glasses if you decide to go out with me. I mean, it could just be that they fell off the wagon and I never actually saw them. You know, happens from time to time. Specifically beautiful women.
I'll come back in the evening when you're closing up shop.
Sounds wonderful. I like fine wine and rotisserie chicken.
Picnic in the moon. We can listen to that band play that song or how to... Old man.
If you come back around 6, we can work out the glasses part.
6 it is. I just pick up the spectacles. Oh, I can see you well now.
Oh, yes. Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
And just follows you through the door and closes the door behind you.
Okay, we gotta be out of here before 6.
What in the ever-loving light was that about?
I got free glasses. I can see, alright? We're moving on.
Monsters in Mayhem is sponsored by Miniporium.net, a huge selection of highly detailed miniatures for any tabletop role-playing game. Check out the beautiful miniatures, and if you use the code MAYHEM, all capital letters, at checkout, then you receive a 30% discount.
The following ad read was written by artificial intelligence, also known as AI. We here at Monsters and Mayhem do not endorse any outlandish or nonsensical statements as written by this robot, but we hope you enjoy nonetheless. Hi there. Do you love Dungeons and Dragons? We do too, what a coincidence. That's why we created Monsters and Mayhem, the Twitch channel for all of your tabletop RPG needs. Our campaigns are sure to get your heart racing, and our other content is sure to keep you entertained for hours on end. So come and join us today. Do you have what it takes to be a monster? Subscribe to our Twitch channel to share the love and gain eternal power and immortality. With new videos every week, you'll be able to learn everything there is to know about being a monster. We've got you covered, so come over and join the mayhem. It's been a blast exploring all the gory details of monster mythology with you. I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you want to keep the fun going, you can use your Amazon Prime account to get a free subscription to our channel, or become a hero and gift a sub to another follower. Thank you for staying tuned, and until next time, stay scared!
Sentence.
Okay.
I told you not to split the party.
Well, someone definitely didn't put the carrot in the right place there.
No, never mind. It's fine.
No.
Advantage on all charisma
Yes.
rolls.
Alright, how did you go?
13.
You beat all of them. I got a 10, a 2, and a 4, so you go first.
Hell yeah. Do I see any paths around them?
It is a dead-end clearing in here.
Okay. I reach down, grab a handful of snow, toss it at them as I turn and run as fast as I can as tears slightly begin to well in.
Alright, so make an unarmed attack roll for me.
Yep. Natural 1. That is fuck on the dice.
So as you kind of say that out loud, as you kind of scoop down towards the snow, you notice that there's not quite enough in there for you to grab. You as you reach down, you hit like mud, like dirt, and then you kind of jam your finger a little bit, and then you turn. So they're probably still about 20 feet away from you. So you can use your full movement, action, all the things to
Booking it.
leg
Booking
it.
it
So you're
right.
going back the way you came.
Yep,
So
100%.
The best part is he has no idea where we are now. And there's no other exits.
10, 15, 20.
There's one that I'm aware of.
You
I think
got
there's one, yes, yeah.
25 feet movement.
25, yeah. So if that was an action, then I'm just booking at 25. If not, then I'm dashing.
Scooping.
Dashing through the snow.
There
Yeah,
it is.
scooping like non-snow and not being able to get it. I'd say that's like a bonus. Like you
Yeah.
didn't really do anything. So
Thanks. You didn't really
30,
do much.
35, 40, 45, 50. So I will say, for the purposes of this, is that they can't leave that clearing. So you're sweet in terms of combat.
I feel like he's that meme with that little girl running with the ice cream.
Yeah, with both the seagulls.
Audience, someone draw that for us.
Oh.
I love that.
Tobit sort of just. Come on, Tobit. They'll like you eventually. You can do it. Put a sad twist on Tobit.
I started to really like the underdog.
Well, in a maze, no one can hear you cry.
I'm just saying, if something happens to Jean, Tobit might be coming his way.
Yo! Come on, Tobit!
See a lot more devil's deals being made in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
That was a catastrophe.
sorry, Mike.
Oh.
It's a snowman.
Got
Run!
cat hair everywhere now.
Lovely the snow.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna say what his intention is after he calms down, and then just however you want to bounce back and forth. But he's basically gonna try run back down, and eventually get to that reverse S where he looked down and he couldn't really see before, because that's the only other path that he doesn't know where it goes. So yeah.
You going to the reverse S, was it?
Yeah, and then heading in the opposite direction. So where we spotted Chris on the far end type thing. Another
yes,
one
so
was
you're
to
going
get there, but
Where we
so-
went down, he's going east,
West.
west. Yeah,
west.
So you kind of make your way down, following the large tracks now after, this has been traversed. This one path has been traversed like 4 times at this point.
Yep.
So as you begin to make your way down, it's fairly easy to follow. You get down towards that T intersection where you continue towards the west rather than going down where Chris went south. 30 feet, you hit a dead end.
I pause and think about my choices. And then,
Maybe there is no exit.
So moving back to Chris, Filgus, and Benny, where you're currently standing, you are faced with a long corridor.
That's
You've
alright.
gone to the southernmost east path.
Mhm.
As you continue forward down this path, 30 feet, you're hit with a dead end.
Okay. So the only way to go is to go back into the darkness and then go to the top one.
Chris is gonna
Just,
stay at the corner
west.
and be like trying to light a fire and like gather stones to do an arrow as everyone comes back. Like, I'm doing an arrow to go. Oh, what's down? Oh, it's dead end.
Well, it was a dead end as well, my friend. But you're welcome to go look if you think we missed something.
Nah, I trust you. I trust you. I'll just move this shit over here.
Maybe take it with you.
Is
And
Starts
guess-
moving.
that
Go
the turban,
west.
is it?
Yeah, all right. Maybe we go through an orb or.
You thinking what I'm thinking over there, little friend?
I think I might be. But
Yeah.
just say it first,
Well, I mean, I don't like to be impolite, but if we point the arrow in the wrong direction, it would be very funny later.
Oh. I am nodding with this. That is actually quite comical. Yes, no, Turban will definitely believe that. Let's
It'll just be a short little joke. It won't go very far.
No, he'll only have to just turn around and come right back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, Chris. Let's point the arrow in the wrong direction.
But let's put it back at the intersection.
No.
For the purposes of this, I want you all to make a deception check for me.
Can I even do that? Is there?
Chris is
There
not-
is a thing.
Chris is not going to try and
Five.
deceive.
30, 20.
5.
Okay.
Actually, I might roll to see if they convince
I'm
me.
going to use the average. So
Yes.
That's
Okay.
okay.
I will follow their directions and put the arrow in the wrong way because I rolled one.
So what's the average between 5 and 20?
and 1.
But I didn't think he rolled the deception. No, I think he rolled for something else, didn't he?
No,
I
so
rolled. I wasn't on board with your plan to be deceptive because I'm like, let's be a team and follow the rules. And then I rolled a 1, and you're like, it would be funny if we did this. I'm like, okay, it'll be funny.
Fair enough. It'd be funny.
so
8.6 is the average of those three scores.
there we go. So if Tobit should come across this and try to decide whether or not he should follow it, it'll be an insight against the average.
Okay, sounds good.
Fair.
So as you kind of like go up a couple feet, you have the other entrance towards the right if you're coming from the bottom, towards the
That's
east.
where we'll place the map to tell him to go the wrong direction.
Chris is
You
sick of following
continue
people, and he's gonna head down the corridor.
Yep,
Marching
let's do
order?
it.
So Chris is going first, it sounds.
Mhm.
And I forgot your character's name, Brandon, sorry.
Fergus. Yeah, I can go next.
I don't mind. I'll go last. Just
Okay.
As you continue forward, you can hear the sound of like laughter and cheering from somewhere above you. And you continue forward for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, and then the path takes a sharp turn to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? How am I going to draw that?
I've gone through lines now. It's all crisscrossing, man.
So north. That is super complicated. Okay, sure. Let's don't look at this. Yep.
Yeah, like
Not winning any awards here.
yeah. It's all gone now.
Looks good.
I
Looks
just made
good.
it a little longer the other one.
We're figuring it out. We got this. Yeah. That's we got this.
That's fair. We kind of getting it.
Like I said at the beginning, you should all bring a pencil and paper. I was going to say only one of you, but I'm glad that all of you have
this
brought
would have
one.
been a
Good advice.
nightmare.
It's quite.
I was very confident with my map until after the dark pit thing whole. Yeah. No belief now.
Right.
Cool.
So
Can I, Laura? Can I make a couple things I want to check?
Mhm.
I have gnome cunning, so I have an advantage on all of intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic.
Mhm.
Is the music magical?
No.
No. Okay. Well, in my
And it's
next
not a saving
roll-
throw anyway.
Okay. Okay. I have a first when I make it in. Okay. Cool. So natural explorer, like my favorite terrain is a forest. Would that be applicable in here?
I don't think so. This isn't
Okay.
like a wild forest. It's a very set path
Fair. Okay.
that is
well,
being
living
made deliberately
names.
confusing.
fair enough. Can I then just make a perception check to see if I can hear the music?
Yes. So perception or survival, up to you.
Oh, let's actually go survival. Yeah. Come on, baby. Now 20. Oh, yeah. It's not terrible. 15.
So this is your second one,
Yes,
I
this is my
believe.
second one. Yes.
So, kind of listening out, you kind of like shh, as you kind of listen out towards the music, and you can hear it coming from. You're not quite sure on distance, but it's definitely coming from the northwest.
I can hear it, guys. I can hear it to the northwest. There we go.
Fuck. Oh. Okay. Everyone out there, if you ever draw a map, start in the middle of the paper.
Yeah, start in the middle of the
Because
paper.
that is that's the end of it. That's no more. That's the walking off the edge of the world there.
Yeah. So cool.
I should have
Phil Gristle
used one
just,
of those like mazes for like 2-year-olds. I feel like that would have been a better
Too hard. That's too
Phil Gristle tap Chris on the shoulder. Quick, Chris, let's go to the northwest.
Right. So as you continue moving, I'm assuming the same marching order. So Chris, then Philgus,
Chris.
and Benny.
Chris is probably like Philgus would have to catch up to Chris because he's like, we'll head to the next decision making. Thank you. So if it's like a left turn, if there's no decisions, he's just like, fuck this shit. Like we're out. Like I'm going to the next decision and then I'll stop there.
My little
So-
legs are just like.
As you continue walking, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, it takes a sharp turn towards the right or towards the east.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet, and then takes another sharp turn up towards the north.
Mhm.
5, 10,
Yep.
15, 20, 25, 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. I'm going.
As you continue, we're going to drop back over to Tobit. Which way would you like to go, sir?
Tobit is, so far as he's concerned, every exit and entrance has been explored. He never spotted that one down that path that shot off to the side, but it's the only walkway he hasn't gone. So I'm gonna roll, and if I get less than a 5, Tobit's getting lost.
Poor Tobit.
I said less than a 5, right?
Yes.
Because I rolled a 5.
He's moderately getting
I'm
lost.
gonna take that as just barely lost. He takes a while to make his decision until he eventually moves south. I'm happy to pause him for a bit or whatever. And yeah, he'll head towards that branch off that was between the two paths, unknowing
So,
that it's there. But
As you move forward, you can see that. Actually, make a survival check for me.
Yep. I'm putting this dice. You know what?
Watch her roll in that 20 as he
Straight
jumps in.
into this weather.
Yeah. Survival. 3.
No, so as you look around, you're kind of a little bit confused and dazed at this point, and you're kind of feeling a little bit of panic set in. And your eyes are kind of stinging from the tears that were welling up earlier as you're kind of walking. It's almost like a child who's lost their mum in the store, like a little bit like.
Gotta hide it from the audience so he knows it's looming above.
My life is complete now.
And you are faced with the decision to either continue straight or to go south as you reach that intersection.
There's a map.
So straight would be east?
Yes.
Yes, okay. He will go east.
Isn't that where we put the thing?
Not
Yes.
yet, no.
But
Oh, is it? I thought that was on the other side of the darkness.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I thought
on the
It
other
is. So we
yeah,
would have put it on the other side of the darkness where you can go south for a dead end, or you can go
No, he's
west.
not there yet.
yeah, he's
I'm
not there
even-
yet.
I'm not even
Okay,
there.
sorry. I thought you were. Sorry.
So if you continue straight, so for a couple of feet, then it drops down towards the south and then goes down towards the east to a dead end.
Alrighty. 11 up, I go east. 6, a low roll, finally good. I think. South.
So you go up and down towards the south, and then you see in front of you a large gaping pit. Kind of the jagged edges and just darkness inside of it. And then on the ground, you see a haphazard collection of stones on the ground, pointing in a direction.
Okay, so if I want to determine what the arrow is,
It's an insight check,
right?
and you have to beat a 9.
Okay, so I don't know how this would work because Tobit doesn't trust them. Basically, is what he's getting at.
Mhm.
So, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna roll. Nope. 6.
No.
Different dice again.
You believe that
I'm so
heading
glad you
down
suggested
kind of past the pit, you can see what's on the other side of the pit, right? Like it's not darkness blocking your view, it's darkness
Yeah.
in the pit itself. So you can see that there are kind of 2 ways that you can go if you kind of stand and lean, and it looks like it's pointing towards the southernmost one.
Okay. So, how I don't know how you want to interpret this because Tobit would look at the arrow and be like, "They're trying to throw me off," because he does not trust them. And so, would he go the opposite direction in this instance? Is that how he's reading it, or would he? Be
That
like,
was what the insight was for. So whether
Yeah.
or not you believed what the arrow was telling you, you failed. So you do believe what the arrow, because they were doing a deception.
right. Okay.
So you
And I rolled a
believe
natural one.
that the arrow is
Gotcha.
pointing in the correct direction.
Okay.
So you think
okay.
that we tried to throw you off by putting this here in the right direction
Yeah.
because that would be the wrong thing to do and that would confuse you.
Yeah. I think you guys are throwing me off by putting it in the right direction because I think you guys. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's like a double agent.
Yeah, you
Time
overthink
yeah.
it. You overthink it, and it goes far through the
Yeah,
hands.
that's it. You're overthinking it and you're spiraling.
Takes about 6 seconds, and then finally the cog just makes one turn in his head, and he's like, south. I think I'm gonna head south. That way.
Across the pit.
Sounds of tears and laughter.
Looks up, hopeful a chant or something, but is just gonna start slowly walking.
So you hear someone from above you going, "Nah, they put in the wrong direction. They put in the wrong direction. You got to go the other way."
Tobit, the people's champ,
They could also lie. to
starts
you.
to take a step. Yeah, but Tobit is just doing this for the fucking approval of people. Someone starts to tell him, but then again, he thinks people are messing with him.
I can roll a persuasion against your
Sure,
insight.
yeah.
The lines between Sharok and Tobin are blurring.
Tell me about it. I actually got a good roll there. I got a 17.
I rolled a 13 for persuasion.
Okay.
So,
So,
means that
yeah,
you
so you
know
rolled-
that-
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
You're right.
Thanks.
You got this, Tobit. Come on, you just gotta make it across that big old jump.
Easy. Appreciate it. Yep. And he's gonna go.
All right, make an acrobatics check for me.
Natural 20!
So, fueled with the confidence as you can hear the crowd cheering for you, you make a running jump and then clear the deep, dark, hazardous, dangerous pit and kind of land on the other side towards that kind of top entrance, not the southern one that goes towards the east.
Just towards the east. Tobit is fueled by the thought of, someone likes me. They like me.
They really like me.
So, okie dokie. And he will march down that path.
Right, so Chris, as you are walking, you are faced with another, not an intersection, but the path in front of you is blocked and then it curves around towards the east. I'm sorry, the west. Going towards your left.
It just turns without more than one path.
Yes, correct.
I'm gonna just spell through.
Mhm.
If there's I'm gonna keep going until there's a decision.
Yep.
So if it's like it turns, I'm turning and going.
Yep. So, and then Philgus and Benny are kind of coming up behind. And as you're standing there, as you're kind of walking, you see that you are faced with a choice after about 40 feet as you're walking.
To the west?
your... yeah, so you can either continue on towards the west, or there is a pathway on the right about halfway through that goes up north. And standing in this pathway are 3 figures. 3 figures are standing there dressed in simple, humble winter clothing, and they are blocking the path to the north.
To the north?
Yep. So you can either continue on towards the west, or there's a pathway towards the north that is blocked by these 3 figures. And as if roused from a slumber, the man in the center kind of looks up, kind of standing at attention. Welcome, champions. We 3 men stand in your path. The way through is blocked unless you can answer our 3 riddles.
Go on then.
Right. And then the one in the center kind of turns and nudges the one to his left. Goes, how many presents can the mayor fit in his empty sack?
Do you want me to answer that one, or are you good?
How many answers we got?
They didn't tell us that. I
You
guess
said there was 3 questions. Can we just keep answering? Can we do it like I just say words? Pig, like can I do that? Donkey, like red, blue, and can I just stand here all day and just answer the question? Or if I give you an answer and then you
I
say
guess
wrong,
so.
do I-
But I mean, you got to remember that you got to make your way through the maze before sunset. So I mean, you can stand here as long as you want. But
I think I have this one, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Benny.
How many presents?
Just one, because then the sack wouldn't be empty anymore.
look at each other and goes, "Yeah, all right. We started you out with an easy one," and then he kind of looks to the other man. It's all right.
Go on.
What was the next one again? And then the one in the center leans over and whispers in his ear. Oh yeah, no, right. I am delicate and fragile and thinner than paper, yet I can fall 100 feet and not get a scratch on me. What am I?
Snow.
Oh, close.
Snowflake.
Oh yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you're using the old ticker.
Nice. That was a really good one.
But snow's like solid and you can squish it.
Well, not when it
Okay.
falls, mate. It's a bit more complicated when it falls. It's more like
Oh, yeah.
rain.
Good point.
The
You're
one in the
smart.
center kind of steps forward, kind of getting a little bit of sleep, like picking it out of his. You don't know how long he's actually been standing in here, like in this. All right, last one. Why is the alphabet shorter at Yuletide?
Shorter at your tide.
Yuletide, like this time of year.
Lucas is just scratching his head at this one. Yuletide.
Because they got rid of like C and H and stuff and replaced it with X.
What?
I?
What?
That's not
What's
actually
your
a bad guess.
I think he was trying to say that they remove, they use X instead of CRI, I guess.
H.
Yeah, CRI.
Cha-cha. Cha-cha 6.
So everything is Xmas, not Christmas.
No.
Oh, well, good idea though.
That is a real good guess though.
Mm.
But I've been told you
Yeah.
have to get the exact answer. I can't kind of be nice about it.
We'll figure it out, Chris. Don't worry. We'll put our heads together. Oh, very
Just like my
smart.
name, right? Like I'm Chris. Chris Mass. That's like they're praying to me and stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
How fast are you moving, Tobit? Just by the way. Are you just kind of strolling?
So running motions. Are we back to Tobit?
I said, how
Yeah.
fast are you moving?
Oh, 25 feet thing.
You just kind of like strolling, or are you gunning it, or you?
I would say he's not sprinting anymore, because that has not proven well so far. But he's not going slow. You know, he's going at a bit of a marching pace. He's sort of skipping occasionally and checking down and picking up, doing a little bit of a jog here and there. Yeah.
So I'm just going to move you on the map because you are following the direction that these guys were going in. So I'm just kind of trying to gauge how close you would be. So I'm just going to
Sweet,
move
yeah,
you
easy.
up a little bit on the map. So you're kind of at that first corner where there's like it stops at the north and then goes down and then hooks back up again.
Yep. I was very lost after that last thing I turned. So yep, I'm somewhere in the yep. Yes.
Can Fugus take a guess?
Why are you talking about yourself in the third person? I guess so.
Well, the alphabet is shorter at Yuletide because all the letters are given to Santa.
That's a real good guess, but it's not the answer I've been told is the right one. But it's
No
real
offense,
good.
but I feel like that was a better one.
I mean, that was real good.
Hey,
Thank you, Benny.
what about my answer? It was good. Was that Chris?
I thought it was good too, Chris. I think
Yes,
we're all
it
coming
was-
up with good answers.
It's very good, Chris.
They are real good answers.
Damn. Why is the alphabet shorter at Yuletide? Why is it shorter?
I think this is like, I don't know, an elf thing. You know, like those pale people from up north. Yuletide's not really an orc thing.
Okay, say up north. This is like the furthest north on the continent, like that you can.
Yeah.
That's where we
We're
are,
basically
Chris.
in the North Pole.
We're in the North. This is the North Pole, man. Why is the alphabet?
All right, so Tobit, at this point, you're kind of making your way up towards the north, where it then hooks around towards the west, and you can kind of see in the distance 3 figures standing in front of another 3 figures, kind of blocking the path forward.
So good drops to all fours. Stuff.
All right, make a stealth check. What's everyone's passive perception?
15.
Amazing. Oh no, sorry. 11.
Doesn't matter.
Hey.
Natural one.
You got a 1.
Natural one. Same dice I just got a 20 on.
Oh,
Hey,
Okay,
Tobin!
so-
hey, Tobin.
No!
We put
You
an
just
arrow to
hear
mark the
him.
wrong way.
Like you just hear him
Tobin!
go, oh, fudge.
4 foot.
Tobin! Tobin, I've
Tobin.
answered the first 2 riddles. I got them both right. But we're a bit stuck on the 3rd riddle.
Yeah, riddles. Yeah, yep.
I got
I was just
I
looking
got the
for
first 2. We need
yep.
the 3rd.
easy
It's,
riddles.
Why
Piece
is,
of cake.
why is the alphabet shorter on untold?
What?
Why is the alphabet shorter around this time of year? Yuletide.
Yeah, like, the first Noel, the angels did sing, was
Wait,
to
yeah.
you and to me a beautiful thing.
Do
Christmas time, right?
is this like a riddles like pun sort of things or
Sort of.
I don't know.
Could we get a hint? Is there any hints we could have?
hang on?
Is there
doesn't
any letters
everyone-
missing?
Hang on. Doesn't everyone get a letter this time of year?
Oh, like from Santa or from the elf?
Is it because everyone sends letters?
Oh, I did try to say
Which-
something of that.
That's
sort.
a real good, it's a real good guess. But
Which
yeah,
which
short
letter
bit.
did you send? I'd like to send the X, and then the alphabet would be from between.
Send letters to your
20
ex
Yeah,
around this time.
They'd be like-
of year.
because there's 30 letters in the alphabet, and if I send the X to my ex, then there'd be 29.
Well, hang on. 30. There's not 30 letters in the alphabet. There's 32. First of all.
That depends on the alphabet. Just
Yeah,
saying.
which alphabet
True,
you do?
true. Which alphabet, Mr. Question Person?
The only one I know how to speak. The
common.
common one. Yeah, that one.
None of those silly like dots on the
Oh,
the letters.
because there's 127 in Draconic, so.
Hold on. Something that just occurred to me. The first 2 riddles, maybe we're overthinking it. The first 2 riddles, presents, snow. What's something else that's quite iconic?
Well, another name from Christmas.
Cookies.
Maybe it's Hanukkah.
Maybe it's Hanukkah.
Maybe it's
I didn't bring my harmonica.
Can we have? So why is the alphabet shorter around Yule time?
Because it's Noel.
There you go. That's it.
There's no what?
Yeah.
Wait, run that by me. What?
There's no L. Did you say that?
Nah, and there's no CH. This is Christmas, and there's no L, so it's like 14 letters long.
All right. Well,
Lucas is
You got-
thoroughly
you got
confused, but he
big-
just
big
accepts.
brain.
It's not on my head.
Really don't understand what you're saying.
I
The
love it.
first Noel, the angels did sing.
No, L.
Put
Oh
the
my god. LMNOPQRXVW. Can we just actually accept that was a stroke of genius? That was so good.
I like how you answered it a couple minutes ago when you were singing. Like you were singing it, and I was like, oh, okay, gonna get it, and then you just moved straight past it, and I was like, oh, okay.
I still
like-
don't understand that one.
Was that
There's,
a
a,
naked
there's a
move?
Christmas carol
I-
called
I've-
The First Noel.
Oh, I
I
never
figured
heard
out the
that one.
riddle a couple
Sorry.
minutes ago,
Right.
and I realized my character wouldn't have been able to solve the riddle. The riddle is there's no L, no L, for the
Yeah.
alphabet shorter. Because,
Yeah.
That's why it's shorter, Chris.
Well-
That's a really good riddle.
Feliz
Yeah.
Navidad. Run on.
well, at least now we're done.
Well, at least,
Right.
can we all do performance and just sing that as we go?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm totally singing performance.
See the crowd.
I've never heard a song in my life.
That 20.
The crowd just starts singing along with you. You can just hear like a choir like around the outside as they all around the outside.
rounding outside, go rounding outside.
And so the three wise men move out of your way, and you are able to proceed.
So
to the
we
north.
four
Way
wiser men will pass them.
How come you guys got like just riddle given people?
Well, we could go left. Let's go back and go.
No. I found snow witches, and they try to kill me.
Oh, that sounds horrifying. I'm so sorry.
That sounds fun. Let's go speak to them.
Maybe it's because you ran out of your own and the mace was trying to kill you because you were just an easy target.
Yeah, Tobit.
Anyway, let's go.
Regardless, Tobit, I'm glad to have you back. It's good to see you back in Waterscape. Come on,
yes,
friend.
it's pleasant and all. Let's go.
So as you march forward, what is the order in which you are moving?
Chris is rocking.
I'll go behind Chris.
I'll let Tobin go before me because he's feeling a little off, I think.
All right.
Tobin will just fall into place wherever he is. Had a spot for the
Oh,
time.
baby. All right. So, as you begin to march forward, there is a long pathway towards the north, and there is also 2 pathways towards the east if you are walking. So, long pathway, and then as you walk forward, there's like a gap towards the left, or you continue going north.
So Chris will keep just marching north, but is open. No, Chris is just gonna barrel forward.
All right.
Let's
go.
Instructions.
As you continue walking forward, you are met with another choice. There is another intersection where you can continue forward, you can go west, or you can go east.
To the west.
So currently you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options if we want to go back one as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay. Next
go.
choice. Tobin, you've joined us again.
Yep. Tobit. Also.
Tobin. Tobin.
Tobin!
I'll figure it out later.
Orbio?
I started calling myself Tobin there for a second. I was like,
The mayor did warn you that you could lose yourself in this maze.
to the
Better
music,
lose yourself
moment,
to the
moment.
moon, make the most of the moon.
As we figured out, right?
All right.
We need to stick together,
Yep.
and then we'll race at the end.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Tobit, I heard the music northwest, by the way, just so you're up to date.
Appreciate it. Tobit's going to listen.
What
to the
music?
This is your 3rd time, Tobit.
This is my 3rd and final.
All right.
Oh, buddy,
Make
nat
a
20.
perception or a survival check.
It is the ears of the elk and...
Oh, man, we gotta get
What'd
you
you get,
some
a
new
2?
guys.
2.
So, as you're kind of standing there listening, it's like right next to you. And as you turn, you're going to see Benny.
We need to give this man a fucking hearing aid for Christmas.
Slowly turn back. Look over at Philcus and just... Is Benny the source of the music?
So, Chris rolled to
All right.
hear the music and rolled a 21 on survival.
As you're standing there, you kind of see Tobit looking back towards Benny. Maybe he's got the right idea. And as you turn around to look, you can hear the direction of the music coming from behind you to the southwest.
Oh.
We passed it. We should have gone the other way.
Where do you hear it, Tobit? Did you hear something?
Just Benny singing in my ear. I can't concentrate.
I'm singing in the snow.
We got, 4 directions? We got 4 of us. I
6
think this is a
directions.
band game.
We got 6 directions.
No. We need to stick together still. We've only got 2 directions. We've got east and west.
And then one to the north and one we passed.
We have
Oh, we
did
passed
pass
them.
Yeah, we did.
1 north, 3 to the east, and 2 to the west.
I
To
didn't
the
know this.
west.
1 to the west?
Yeah,
Well,
so
if we go back down where we started going up this one, we
Hang
Oh
on,
yeah,
hang
that
on.
one. Yep.
So
Hang
For
on,
the
hang on,
three
hang on.
wise men.
Don't touch any more herbs. Maybe we should get a rope and hang on to it. Stick together.
we can see each other. We've been able to see each other the whole time now.
Except for Croman. He disappeared for a while.
Well, that's because you went the other way. It's not because it's been hiding us. I think I'm okay without a rope.
I think we're fine, Chris. But the notion is appreciated.
Thank you, Crisscross.
Well, why don't we each stand in front of one of those paths that you saw on the way back, and we kind of see what's down them.
Okay. We got 2 in the west, 3 in the east.
Now, there's only this one that I've looked down, and I'll look down the one to the west.
Okay.
And I'm at the TN section, I'm going to look west.
So as you're kind of having this conversation, and then you turn around towards the west. Was it?
Yeah, I'm at the top of the T.
So as you're standing there, you kind of turn around and you hear this other noise, and the sound of snorting and stomping. As you turn around, and just beyond the alcove to the east, you see the sight of 3 large antlered reindeers as they begin to step forward out of the opening. And you can see warm air shooting out of their noses as a mist kind of rises up, and they're dragging their hooves on the ground and leaving dark gouges in the snow.
So up here, I mean, we can fight some horses.
What?
Or, well, I'll hold this spot. If you guys check those 2 entrances that way, I'll keep the donkeys away.
They're horses or donkeys, because that's a whole different kind of fight, mate.
They're doesn't matter.
I'll go to the top
I will
east.
tell you it does.
I'll go down the top east one then.
I'll go Middle East, I suppose. Yeah.
You're going to the Middle East in the
That's
Christmas?
what I
Not going to be a lot of snow there.
Shall I say that?
Perfect.
Alright, so
Stop coming this way. You go down through that door.
Okay, I'll go to the door
No.
because I'm lost. I've genuinely have no idea.
No, yeah, I'm generally
Go, Chris.
lost my idea.
alright, so Chris, you are standing pretty much just at the side of that entrance that goes towards the west, where those 3 reindeer are. You're standing kind of holding that position. Filgus, you are going down towards that first entrance that was towards the east.
No, Tobit is.
No, he was going to the second one.
Oh, the second one.
No,
Sorry,
no.
yeah, Laura.
Nah, Tobit's going to the one that's the furthest away from Chris.
Yes, so you're going to...
And
so
Filgus is
Tobit
going to the
at
one
bottom?
that's the top.
No,
The
that's me.
northernmost one is Filgus.
No, I'm middle. I'm the middle.
I'm the top.
Chris, I'm the middle. Middle one. Yeah.
So as where the 3 wise men are, there is a direction where you continue heading towards the west. You followed them up towards the north. As you're heading up towards the north, there is an entrance to the east. Continue going up, there is an entrance to the west. Continue going up, there is an entrance to the east again.
Oh, there's only 2 to the east.
There's only 2 to the east.
Oh.
Okay, that's
And-
why we're confused. Okay.
That's
Does that continue north, or does that last east end as a?
It does continue to the north and then seems to have a hard stop and then turns around again to the west.
Okay.
Right.
Right, I'm on the top east.
At
Yeah.
the top east, okay.
Do you still want to take the bottom east, Tobit?
I suppose.
Okay, I will take one of the wests then. Someone wants to take northwest. Not the
so that's where
Kanye West
Chris
child.
is.
Yeah, cool.
Nah, so Chris already took the west.
Uh-huh.
But I
think
think
that
there's
he
both
means
a west and a northwest. So if you go up north and then you take a west, that's where you are. And I think that's a lower west.
Yep.
So
So,
it
I'll
does-
take
2 to the west and 2
west.
to the north. 2 to the east and 2 to the west, as
Perfect.
far as I understand.
Yeah, I'll take the lower
Yeah.
west.
Alright, the lower west is the one that's past the three wise men back
No,
out.
Okay, so that's all the way back then. Okay, that makes more sense. That's what I drew as well. So that one
Yeah.
is all the way back at where the wise men were.
We haven't traveled that far from them though, so
No,
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's wrong. I think there's not one in the middle
No,
going.
wise men
that's
at the
good.
bottom?
What you've got is pretty much on it. Sherrock.
I thought you said there wasn't a west in the middle then.
There is, that's where the reindeer are.
And then there's a top one going west as well.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's the
Oh,
one that
that's
goes
where-
north and then
That's
has
where
the
I
flood.
thought that Jacob was. Sorry. So Jacob is.
Nah, I'm in the
middle.
crossroads. I'm in the crossroads,
In the middle.
stopping people from going to the reindeer.
Hmm.
Tobin. I'm also stopping Tobin from going anywhere else because we have
Stay
a
at the
problem.
south then.
So Tobin's going southeast. Benny's going
West, isn't it?
east, and what's the
Ilgus.
Vilgus is going northwest.
Right, on it.
I thought I
Alright,
was on southwest.
you're
No,
going
you're going
southeast.
southeast.
You're going
No,
southeast.
southwest.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm so confused.
Go.
All good.
Let's roll with this. Let's do this. Let's see what
Let's
we
go.
Do
find.
it.
One day we should go
Alright.
to the real maze together.
Yeah, we should.
Do an escape room.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Alright, so
the drone.
we will start with, I'm going from the bottom up, so we'll start with Tobit. You are the furthest south. So as you enter this section, there is a division where there are 3 paths that you can take. Directly ahead of you, there is a path that continues on towards the east that is again split in 2 by a hedgerow, or you can continue south.
Or I can continue down.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right. Tobit.
What do you see, Tobit?
Many more paths.
Like a tree.
Just like a branching tree. Just gonna veer to the south.
So as you continue down towards the south, it opens
Hold
up
up,
into
wait!
Tobit does not wait.
It opens up into an alcove towards the east that is a dead end.
Okay. The east, which is a dead end. Gotcha. Sweet. He will make his way back to the what's it called? Hedge grove, hedge split. What the thing
Yep.
is?
What the hell are you doing?
Starts screaming again.
So
Ah! I thought we were
Tobit
checking out directions.
disappearing, Chris would go down towards Tobin, and stop him from walking off on random paths.
Alright, so as you continue down, Tobit, I'm calling you Tobin. Tobit,
Corbin,
These nicknames like
Slowin.
Arian, you are faced with kind of that choice where you can, it's kind of the road ahead of you is split down the middle. So you can either take the top one or the bottom one.
Tobit would head to the bottom one.
Alright. So as you continue, you get about halfway down, and then Chris, you're kind of standing at that same intersection. So as you continue, you are hit with a wall, and the only option is to either double back on yourself, or there's a really narrow opening that goes up towards the north from where you're standing.
I hear Chris coming behind me.
Make a perception check.
Chris! Chris!
You're Chris.
Classic Chris calls out his own name.
Chris is losing it.
What was that? Sorry.
14.
Yeah, you definitely hear.
Tobit
Chris. I
tries
mean,
to-
Tobit. I mean, Toenail. I mean,
It's
Roskin!
it's like it's hedges, right?
Yeah.
Tobit's gonna slip in and he's gonna try and break a couple branches to try and close it off. So
all right. Make a stealth check for me.
okay. 14 again.
So as you slip into this little narrow gap, kind of try and block it. You think you've done a pretty good job. So Chris, as you are approaching, you don't see him.
I don't. Oh, that's disappointing. Because I rolled with the -1.
So you're not standing where he disappeared from yet. You're just looking down as you're kind of like continuing in that direction. But
You're the DM, you're the boss.
I mean, you can actively look around and try and find him, but from where you're standing,
You would have gone around the corner.
At a glance, you can't
even
see
at
it.
that point.
I'm just disappointed because I rolled a 20, but I did that before you asked me to roll, so shame on me. Damn you! Damn you! Oh well. We did alright without him.
just swallowed by the maze.
No.
Close the maze.
You need to stick the party together.
Rocco's got a terrible feeling that those fucking snow witches, that's the way to go. That was the way to go this whole time. Like, there's a secret little easy path right there behind them, but
Just kill some people.
yeah.
Silent night suddenly isn't so scary.
So,
Yeah,
when
like,
there's too many splits, and Chris doesn't just trust Tobit. I've spent so long mispronouncing his name that I don't know his name.
Tobit.
It's like a piece of like a
Tobit.
bit of a toe.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I've been saying. So Chris is gonna stay back, like at the intersection, to see down many paths.
All right, I gotcha. So Tobit, as you emerge, I'm gonna put you back at that little intersection, Chris. So as you emerge, kind of in this little alcove, you had the option to go down towards the left from where you're standing, which would be going back towards the west, or you can continue upwards.
Believing that path to the west will probably just connect back up with that other thing. Going to continue upwards.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You are faced with a break in the wall ahead of you. You can either continue upwards or you can swing around towards the left.
He keeps on a marching.
All right.
Do I see him pass in front of me?
Because I'm looking at the map. I'm like,
Yes.
oh.
Because I think I have drawn this map right.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna walk by.
Benny, you have the option at this point to continue forward.
I'm just going to continue forward.
You move 5, 10, 15 feet. You have another option. You are now at an intersection where you can either go upwards to the north, down towards the south, or continue straight towards the east.
I'm going to listen for the music this time, because I haven't done that yet.
Make a survival or a perception check for me.
It's the same bullshit. 5.
You can hear somewhere in the distance, Tobit, hang on, get back, wait, hang on, get back here.
I will go upwards, north.
Right. You continue upwards and you are faced with a very narrow corridor at at this
Mhm.
point.
Okay.
And you can kind of squeeze your way through.
Okay.
As you continue forward, it curves around, well, it's a sharp turn towards the right, so towards the east as you continue for 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Mhm.
And then there's another long corridor that leads down towards the east.
Okay. I will continue towards the east.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 feet, and you're met with a dead end.
Okay. So I didn't have any options of going anywhere else than here except for when I went all the way back to that one there. So I'm just going to backtrack back to that intersection.
Backtrack back towards the intersection, and then as you backtrack, you see a dwarvish figure kind of coming out from a path somewhere ahead of you, kind of walking up towards the north.
It's not this way, mate.
Filgus.
Hmm.
So as you turn...
Yep.
Oh, sorry. What were we doing?
I think he was just responding.
Oh, sorry.
It was just Tobit being unbelievable. Like,
Oh.
you just got caught.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
So, yeah.
So Filgus, as you are standing at that entrance towards the north, and then it kind of stops and then curves back around towards the west, you continue forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet, and you're hit with a dead end. Make a perception check for me.
Ooh. Love a spicy perception check. Don't fail me, dice. I'll never forgive you. Oh, I got a 10.
Kind of as you're standing there, kind of looking up, you can hear something. Sounds like there's something behind this wall. You can hear. Oh, I was so hungry too. Oh, I just ran away like that. Oh, I wonder if they're gonna come back. Oh, I really hope he does. He looked real tasty.
No. I mean, like, huh. Hello?
Oh, is that someone else coming to get in my belly? Oh, I could really use a nice hot meal on this cold winter's night.
Filgus turns right around and races back off the other direction.
You just hear the
No,
sound
yeah.
of Fortunate Son playing. Just a machine gun fire. In the
Oh, they're in the trees.
Tobit, the snow witches are going to eat you. Yeah, whatever, man.
Chris, so standing at that intersection, Tobit doesn't re-emerge.
Yeah, so I'm going to go down to the right where I heard the music.
Down, so back past the three wise men.
No. So I've walked down the. I've walked east towards where Tobit went, and where he went north, I'm going to go south.
Okay. So as you continue downwards, and then you go south, kind of 5, 10, 15 feet, you hit with a dead end.
Stoneman, where are ya? We're supposed to stick together. I knew we should have tied each other with a rope. I'm going to go back and take the other entrance. So,
Benny and Tobit. You'll continue up north. Benny and Tobit, you are at a weird standoff where you can see each other. So Tobit, you had the option of kind of going down towards the western path or continuing up towards the north.
Benny would have come down from the western path, correct?
Again, it's like split into two. The path is split into two, divided by a hedgerow. So you come across one path.
Yeah.
And then it's divided into with like a split down the middle. It kind of loops back on
Gotcha.
itself.
Okay, I think I get it. Old Loaf would head north.
So Benny, you see Tobit continuing to move north. And Tobit, as you enter, there's an alcove. And there's a weird smell that hits you in here. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
We bad.
And you can hear like a weird sound. And looking over towards your left, so towards the west, you see where is it?
Winnie the Pooh.
On the ground in the center of this alcove is a pile of what seems to be innards, scattered in such a way, lying on the snow, that doesn't seem to be natural.
Is this down to the west, as in like there's an alcove and then there's like, or the alcove is to the left, or is it like a little pathway that leads to this to the?
So if you're coming north,
Yeah.
it kind of curves around. So as you're coming north, there's like a split, and then there's just an alcove on the west as you come in.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Thought so. Sweet. Okay.
I completely lost track of where we are now.
Explaining the
That's
party made
no
it
idea.
really difficult to track the map.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've
Yeah,
got
but
like
I'm
4 maps going at the same
confident.
time.
It's starting to look a little like a wiener in one part, but that's all right. Tobit's gonna slip in and try and investigate to see if this is from the Brewsters. See if this is like this is very clearly laid out like a, this is what the Brewsters don't use in their meats. Type thing.
Make either an intelligence check or an investigation check.
Investigation is intelligence, and I'm not proficient, so same thing. Let's go. 6.
Looking at it, it just looks to be a pile of intestines. Maybe there's like a small kind of heart or a liver or something in it. There's no remnants of what looks to be like feathers or scales or feet. Like there's nothing that would determine what type of animal it came from. It just looks like a pile of goop.
Penny, they got Filgus.
Oh well. Can I make an inside check to see if I believe him?
Sure. Are you trying to deceive?
Nope, he genuinely thinks. Well, he genuinely has no idea, and I'm going to say that he's in a panic state. So
Make a persuasion check against insight.
14.
What are my rolls tonight? With a +2, 5.
Oh my god.
You don't think it's Filgus.
But he believes that it's Filgus.
Yeah.
And I will not spoil this moment. I'll be like, that's very horrible. Hopefully they will help us afterwards. I'm gonna head back. I'm too scared.
Don't you see, Benny? Grabs him by the shirt. They try to kill us in here, mate. They out to get us.
I understand.
We're not the champions. We're the lambs of the slaughter. The slaughter.
I agree. We should
We're the
protect
Brewster's
ourselves.
next fucking slab.
I mean, the meat always did taste a little bit funny.
And in a panicked, fearful Era just sprints to the north. If there is small paths to the north. From what I
That's
understand.
great. Wow. That rooster don't have a lot of feathers, does it?
So are you following Benny?
I'm not following him though.
No,
I'm gonna-
is Tobit following Benny?
I haven't
Tobit
moved yet.
Sprinted to the north. You grabbed Benny, shook him, and ran. Was there to the north, right? Or was it just an alcove to the west? And then
So I came from the north, as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you came from the south.
Came from the west, then
Oh.
he went up to the north, and then came back down from the
Yes.
north because it was a dead end, and then
So-
continued going west, which is
So
where
I
he met you.
came south. So I came from the north southwards when you met me, and then we met at the intersection, and you came from south upwards towards north, and you just
Anyway,
ran
from where you
north.
are now in the alcove, there's an alcove kind of towards your left, and then there's another alcove towards your right that kind of curves down towards the bottom. But there's a dead end going
I
on.
haven't travelled yet. Tobin runs down there.
Tobin? Who's that?
So, yep, I said it myself.
So as you round the corner to go down towards the south, it is a dead end.
Backs into the wall, pulls out one of his cooking knives, and holds it up.
Because
This is all a sick game to you.
And you
All of
hear
you.
laughter from like above you. You feel something. Actually, hang on. What's your AC?
Oh no!
They're in the walls, man.
Does an 11 hit you?
Yes, that's my AC.
You feel a tunk on the top of your head. You rub it a bit and you look down and there's like a half-eaten apple.
The forest demons are back.
They're all after you. They've always been against you, Turbot. None of them have ever wanted you in this town. They've never approved.
I feel like I've seen this before. It was what's it called? Rambo First Blood?
So
Oh my
Chris,
God.
as all this is happening and you continue up towards the north, like the northern path, you see Tobin in front of you get hit on the head with an apple, and Benny kind of backing off a little bit back towards the west. So you kind of come into this intersection.
can I pay attention to the music again? Like, I've seen that and I recognize there's like something else going on. Can I try and listen for the music?
This be your second time, correct?
Correct.
Alright, make a survival or a perception check.
3.
As you
That's
kind
a
of
natural 1.
there, watching this happening, you can't hear it, or you can hear kind of directly from above you. You kind of get the sense that this is like an outside wall, and directly above you, you can just hear like laughter. You can't concentrate on the music.
Is there a path that I can go that doesn't take me back to them or where I've been? Like, can I go more
So
east?
that you can't go more east. There is a path that splits off towards the west that is split into two by a hedgerow. Benny and Tobit are currently standing on like the northern side of that. There is another kind of place you can duck into on the southern side.
On the southern side. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go down the southern side of that path.
Go forward 10, 15, 20 feet. And then you are met with another intersection, like a T intersection. Going upwards, you can head towards the north or down towards the south.
When I heard it last time, it was southwest. I'm going to start. I've got no useful items.
Oh, you have items? I didn't bring any.
I'm going to start at intersections, like breaking off twig things, like breaking off some of the hedgerow and forming it into the shape of a thing that's relevant to me.
Easy enough.
And then I'm going to go south.
So as you continue south, 5, 10, 15, 20, it opens up into an alcove, and the alcove is a dead end.
And is there anything in the alcove?
Not that you can see, it just looks empty and kind of cold. Kind of snow on the ground, but it looks like untouched snow.
Like a virgin.
Philgus, you've sprinted away after hearing that sound, and you're back at that intersection. So you can see Benny towards your left if you're coming from the north,
Mhm.
and then kind of just hear Tobit rambling somewhere in the distance.
I'm just gonna yell to Benny, "Don't go north, Benny!" And I'd like to return to where the wise men were and go that western path we haven't taken.
Hmm.
Continue for the long while.
Still hear Phil's sweet voice occasionally.
I feel like he's gonna go like a full Vietnam vet that hasn't taken his medication for PTSD. He's
know
gonna be
what
hiding
that-
in the bushes and killing people and eating them. He'll be here next year too.
We'll literally go down and get like a dead end, and he'll just like pop out of the bush with like mud.
Nothing like the smell of
He just
labor.
lives in
Wearing
the maze.
He's got the reindeer's head like worn down as like a coat, like a fur.
Like Homer Simpson just going into the bush.
So
Right.
Philgus, as you make your way down towards the west, on that very western side, you hit a wall. But looking around as you kind of hit this dead end, you see a very small, narrow pathway up towards the north.
I take it.
Make a dexterity check for me. As you're
Oh.
kind of wiggling.
Time for the trippy traps.
Wiggling.
Stepped on a landmine.
It's gotta be
Vietnam
small ass because I'm
down
tiny.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight dexterity, is it? You got it.
It's like Vietnam in here.
I got an 8.
So you're kind of wriggling and scratching, and you can feel the brambles as they're kind of like scratching out against you. You're not 100% sure if this is even a path that was meant to be taken. And you take 2 points of piercing damage as it just kind of like
That
the
hurts a
brambles
lot.
scratch you, but you do push your way forward,
Pushing my way down.
and you come to an empty alcove that is a dead end.
No. Okay. I'd like to listen for the Christmas music. Third time.
Make a perception or a survival check for me.
Okay. 13. Oh Jesus.
Listening around, you can hear like the sound of your heart pumping in your ears. You can hear the music somewhere. It sounds louder than it has been, but there's no discernible direction.
Okay. I will return to the main corridor and try to track down. So I'll return. First and foremost, I know where Benny is, so I'm going to go to Benny.
Way up towards Benny.
You know that?
I am, yes. I checked that other western path back with the wise men and nothing, dead ends. But we're closer. We're much, much closer.
Well, I think there's only really one place I haven't really looked. I'm gonna head towards where the reindeer was.
I'll follow him as well.
Time to die. I'm getting stabbed alive. With my 6 hit points, I'm gonna die.
Towards the spicy donkeys.
Spicy donkeys, hello.
Hello, spicy
This
donkeys.
one has a red nose. Oh no.
It's extra spicy.
It's just blood.
Okay.
Herbert and Chris, what would you like to do? As these guys, you both can kind of hear and see them moving back. You guys are very quite close to where they are.
Oh, we can see and hear them.
You can. Chris can hear them. Toby can see them.
Can he?
Oh well.
He's here.
If he were to
All
look,
he's seeing is
Hard to
dust in
see
the
when he's got
trees.
blood in his eyes.
He like
Yeah,
painted
Chris-
himself with his own blood.
Yeah.
The hunt is on.
Yeah. Where'd you get that mud from? What? Oh, ooh, never mind.
You gotta utilize and adapt.
Tobit is not super aware of the reindeer. Like, never saw them, but still got close enough that I'm assuming he either heard or heard Chris mentioning them. I'm hoping this doesn't break your map. Tobit is gonna run wildly through the hedges to the west, just cannonballing, breaking, tearing, ripping as many and as fast as we can.
It was at
Towards
this moment.
the west.
Yeah.
So from where you are, you're kind of at that alcove where the guts were.
Hmm.
So you're going through that alcove towards the west.
I suppose so, because
Alright.
I feel this is perfect that I'm lost because Tobin is very lost. So
Alright.
yes,
He's running
so run by, grab some, smear it
Get
across
right
his
to
face,
the
the rest,
end.
and then
smearing a
just keep running.
squirrel across his face. He's
Alright.
running.
I want you to make 1, 2, 3 consecutive. I'm gonna just call them strength.
Okay,
This is
okay.
Really death
Force.
saving throws.
Let's go.
Forcing your way through.
I'll use 3 different dice. You are 1, 2, and 3. Sweet. Okay. You
We're
got
gonna
it.
get right to the end, and Tobit's just gonna like, hey guys, he's like missing all his clothes.
It would be funny if he
That's
landed with
not
the
bad.
witches.
I'm kind of hoping I do. Okay.
Let's go.
So, I got my first one is an 18, my second is an 18, and my third is a 13.
A 30.
13.
Oh, I was like, holy fuck, level 1.
Yeah.
This is a specialty.
So as you kind of make your way through, and Benny, Philgus, and Chris, you could all hear this as well, kind of happening. And you just hear this like, you just hear the sound of like trees and screams and like just the sound of it breaking through. You do take 4 points of piercing damage as you kind of like come your way through. And
Down.
you
No, I'm
like,
kidding.
scratching, kind of like scratching at your face and leaving kind of gashes from where the twigs and the brambles cut you. But as you are cannonballing and charging your way through, you go through and you land as you come out in that corridor directly above where Benny and Philgus are, and you just kind of like scream your way through as you as they're walking out.
So I end up
Oh,
like
yeah.
above them.
Sorry, that's actually right. He thought you were dead, by the way, there, Philgus.
Right.
I didn't actually tell him.
Oh, goodness. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
See, I brought him back. I told you he was fine. I
Benny!
resurrected him. I'm a very good magician. He's literally not guts anymore.
Tobin, what on earth is happening?
He ran away when he saw you dead. You just have to help you.
Slowly start walking up.
The ice witch just got him.
Touch Philgus's face. My still bloody hand.
Tobin.
I think it's an
Real.
imposter. I push him in the thing and I run further west.
All right. Make
Just
and
straight.
make a. Let's see if he hits first.
Yep.
So just make an unarmed attack roll.
Of course, when I go crazy, this is where things go well. That's a natural 19.
Oh my god.
All right. So you definitely feel the
23.
definitely feel the force as he reaches out towards you, but make a strength check to see if he can push you over.
It's definitely Sean Orden's false descendant.
He's got unarmed striking too. I was going to say, if that was for damage, that would have been 6 damage.
Oh my god.
But he's just...
You would have knocked me straight up.
So was it a strength from Torbit? Tobit? God, words.
No, for Philgus to see if he gets knocked over because you've already
okay.
made the contact.
Oh, of course.
I
God,
get
that's
knocked
it.
down.
It's just a matter of not if you can stand your ground.
Oh dear.
You are pushed back onto your behind.
Tobin.
And so did you say you're continuing west? Because there's another hedge directly, so you're just barreling through it.
Yeah.
Seen this happen with a lot of people who used to fight in the war.
Like a 15 if you need another strength check.
15. So as you cascade through the wall and you enter in another corridor, and directly in front of you there is another wall, or to your south you can see these large, tall, antlered reindeers as they all turn to look at you, kind of snorting and kind of like dragging their hooves on the ground.
I need food to sustain myself.
Oh,
It's gone mad.
And start heading to the south. I feel like we've
Right.
been going for a bit, so I feel bad.
You begin walking down towards the 3 reindeer.
I love it, character.
Chris, what are you doing during all this? You could hear kind of commotion.
Explosions and gunfire going off in the distance.
But I can kind of track Vilgus and Benny, right?
Oh, dear.
Like, so I lost Corbin, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jonah, whatever.
Corbin.
I lost him.
Well, I think we should go this way. I think this is probably the most direct path towards wherever we're going.
As long as we stick together, I'm right. I'll follow you.
Yeah, come on, let's go this way. We can always share the loot.
Vilgus will get up and start following. Just brush himself.
So you come to the entrance where the 3 large antlered reindeer are blocking the way forward. And you can hear somewhere behind the hedge, I need food to sustain myself.
Same hot air like the reindeers.
I will carefully approach the reindeer.
Vilgus will too. I'm quite
And I
good
will
with animals.
sing Christmas carols to the reindeer as I approach. The one about Rudolph.
Alright.
All right.
Make a general performance check for me.
Oh no.
Out
Performance.
of
Do I
the
even have that?
shiny nose.
That's not great.
Um,
It's a 6. I don't have any pluses.
As you
Well,
start
well.
singing, you can just hear them snorting and then like dragging their hooves against the ground and like gouging into it.
I'll try to get everyone else to join me.
Vilgus might just try and like reach out and goes easy girl and try and pat them on the nose because I like them. It's like,
Which one?
the main one, the biggest one.
They all look fairly the same size.
Okay,
they're
one at the
just-
front then.
Alright.
Let's start with that one.
So
That
just
one,
make an
that
animal
one there
handling
is the
check.
big one. It's probably what's his name? The one with the red nose. Adolf.
Yeah.
Adolf.
Oh god! I got a 22 animal handling.
So as
Okay.
you reach out towards the reindeer, you can feel its like warm, wet nose as you kind of like stroke it. And as it does, it kind of like shakes its head a little bit and backs up towards the west into an alcove and is standing there.
What about the other two?
They're both just standing there doing like hot air coming out, kind of shaking their heads and like digging into the ground with their hooves as if they're like charging up.
Guess we should do the same. I guess, Chris. I will try to mimic whatever he did.
Make an animal handling check.
Good thing I work
Can
at
I-
a farm for
can I,
my 5.
Can I help? Because I
'cause you
can
would-
like shut up.
Nope.
Oh boy. That's
No
a
help with
5.
animal handling. So as you're gonna do it, and then it like rams into your hand, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
That is going to be natural 20 for 19.
So as it
Lucky
kind
me.
of rams into you, you feel your arm kind of lock up, but you don't get kind of flung or pushed backwards. But the reindeer does kind of step forward, and you're pushed out of the alcove, like out of that entrance, back into the main corridor.
Oh, that didn't work well. You try,
And-
Chris.
And Tobit, you can see this happening. Kind of, if you're looking down, you can see this happening.
Tobit is like sneaking up to the one that's closest to him.
Make a stealth check for me. Make a perception check for a reindeer.
I thought it was a nat 20 for a sec.
Black Ops 6 over here.
It is 15.
Oh, dog.
I rolled a natural 10 for a 12. So it seems to be hell bent on looking at the figures in front of it and does not seem to notice you approaching its hindquarters.
Unless Chris is doing anything else as well.
Chris is definitely trying to, at the same time, trying to calm the animal. For a 14.
A 14.
It's a Christmas elf. Looks a little scrawny for an elf.
As you just kind of like reach out towards it, and stroke its nose, you can feel kind of the warmth, wet of its. You just take it out. The warmth, wet of its nose against his hand, and it too backs up into the alcove and leaving one standing there. No, don't take it. You got to bring it back. Just meant take it out of the room.
Santa's having problem with her elves tonight.
The voices.
Is there anything in the alcove behind the reindeer?
Tobit.
Right
Who's
behind
on
us.
his face?
Peering over the back of this reindeer. Looking for the back of it.
The craziest eye.
And if Chris spots him at that moment, he leaps onto the back of the reindeer.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to ride it? Or are you trying to attack it?
You ride this thing. He's
Alright.
trying to like control this thing and just use it to just hi-ho Silver away. He has no idea.
Make a grapple attack for me.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So that is athletics tested against athletics acrobatics, right?
I'll just do an athletics. Natural 1 on my end.
Oh, okay. It's not great on my end, but I got a good bonus. So, 8.
So both of them fall over.
So as you kind of leap up onto the back of this reindeer, you can feel it rearing up behind you, and it is going to try and knock you off. But everyone else can kind of see this happening as Tobit has decided to try and ride this reindeer.
Oh, can we like try to put our hands up and maybe like harm the beast and help with this?
Sure. It'll be an individual roll though. So I need you to make an animal handling check, and Tobit, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can hold on to this thing,
Tobit.
or if it is going to.
I don't got you, Tobit.
Yeah.
Got an 11.
I had to do a counter?
No, you're doing a dexterity saving throw to see if you can stay on.
Oh,
the...
sorry, I misheard. I thought it was for the reindeer was the ultimate thing. Dex save, not good.
Time to say
9.
So the reindeer doesn't seem to be calmed, but it is so tight in this little corridor that you're all kind of piling into that it doesn't have the movement or the kind of the space around it to knock you off. It's just kind of slamming you into the sides of this hedge. You manage to stay on.
It whispers in its ear. If the rumors are true, now's the time. Fly! Fly!
It just keeps kind of, you can just hear the sound of it like as it's like slamming you into the side of the thing, but neither you or it are going anywhere. And Philgus, you are quite small, and this reindeer is quite large, and it is like stomping on the ground like in front of where you are.
Right. I try and like sort of back up and like maybe what I'll do is I don't want to hurt it. I love it. Can I try again at disadvantage, maybe?
Very much disadvantage, and the DC is much higher.
Okay, let's do it.
There's a crazed dwarf yelling in its ear.
Well, I got a 5.
I feel like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger gets every single one of the characters at the same time. Oh, Merry Christmas!
So
It's
it
like,
is.
kill the little one. Kill it. It's an imposter.
It is
bleeds,
going
it
to
dies.
try and rear up to like buck you off at this point, rather than trying to throw you off. It's going to try and like actually buck up its
To buck you
legs.
off. That is a great saying.
natural 8.
Buck off, buddy.
What was
That
I
should be a
rolling?
t-shirt.
Strength or
Dexterity saving throw as it's trying to like throw you off. So I got an 8. So I win.
Yep.
So as it kind of like leans forward, and then you just feel the weight of its ass basically come up and bang you on the butt as your asses touch. And as it lifts you upwards, you flip over the top of its antlers. Filgus, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
That's what you
Not
call
a
a
problem.
bang for the
No,
buck.
Filgus.
Oh, sorry.
You're standing in front of the reindeer and
Oh, you're right. Yes. Okay. Dexterity. Yes.
A flying loaf.
Oh, that's great. 4.
It's a bang for the buck.
So as you're standing there, you take a couple of steps back to try and steady yourself in the face of this reindeer, and then all of a sudden this looming shadow encroaches over the top of you, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as Tobit slams you into the ground and makes a Filgus pancake.
It's like.
I imagine because of the flip, it's like ass first as well.
At least it didn't kick him in the head.
This is not the pudding that Filgus wanted for Christmas.
And then you just hear this reindeer just like belting and billowing and snorting and getting ready to like, you don't know what.
Can I push past that other reindeer, or is it blocking my way still?
It's blocking the way now into the alcove, like into the corridor.
I'll try.
Can
again.
I try? Can I try and push the third reindeer back into its own alcove? Like I'm assuming there's like 3 alcoves. These guys are playing with the reindeer in one. Can I try and push the third one into its stall?
Make a strength check for me.
Can I try with the animal handling?
Make
too?
it with
Nope.
disadvantage though, because it is like flailing and like going.
No, not the
No,
one that they're
mine.
not the one that they're fighting with. Like
The
there's
one blocking me.
the one
That one is
they're-
blocking you.
There's one that I successfully put away, and that's the one they're jumping on. So I've walked away already, and they're like flaming.
But
I
I haven't put mine in yet.
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, I thought there were
Benny's
2
one.
that were put away, and Tobit was jumping on the third one.
No, he jumped on the second one. Mine's still bleeding. Mine's still blocking me.
I jumped on whichever one Chris was approaching because I was.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
User.
So, you are currently behind there, and then you've got one to the top, one to the bottom, blocking you from going in either of those directions. Right. Okay.
Can I try an animal handling while he tries to pull it?
Yeah.
Can we animally handling together the other reindeer that's
You
not?
didn't want strength?
No, I'm definitely trying to like.
Okay.
Why are you winding up the reindeer that I put away already? Like, ugh.
Right.
All right. Make each of you separately make an animal handling check.
Oh, finally. That is a 21.
11.
So
Yes.
as you kind of move forward and are pushing and kind of coaxing this reindeer back, it does eventually concede and begin to move backwards into the small alcove and kind of drops its horns a little bit and kind of starts pawing at the ground, like it's looking for grass or something.
Right.
So you've got one that's currently going insane.
In its alcove still though.
It's still in its alcove. Loaf is getting up close and personal with Filgus. You just kind of see the top of Filgus's head poking out from.
There's a trail of blood that's coming from his nose too.
The entire cranium is fractured. Is there any ways out? I don't even. This room is just a square, or?
So stepping into the corridor, coming from that main corridor that you're all in, stepping into it, where the reindeers were blocking it,
Mhm.
there is an alcove that they're being backed into, continuing towards the west, and then there's a path up and a path down.
Aren't we coming from down?
No, we're coming from east.
Okay. Can I listen for the music one more time?
Mhm.
That is it a perception check? Sorry.
Perception or survival.
15.
And this is your
Second.
second.
Yeah.
Listening out for it. There's too much commotion kind of coming from right next to where you are, with like the sound of the reindeer and Tobit and Filgus. Like there's just way too much happening in your direct vicinity for you to be able to focus on any sort of direction for soft music.
Okay. I would like to try to pull Filgus out before he dies.
I would say that with your help, that would not be a problem.
Sweet.
Come on, buddy.
Thank you, Benny.
I've seen a lot of people die under pressure from a lot of big cows and such in my time, and you look like you've been squeezed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like trying to dab all the blood coming out of my nose. My face, my beautiful face.
Well, don't worry, it didn't change anything important.
I'm staring at it all crooked. Yeah.
But you might be playing Pinocchio in the next theater play, if you know what I mean.
Pinocchio? That's my least favorite one.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Come on, let's find you a place to be a real boy.
God, we need to get out of this maze.
Is everyone else like safe, or is he still in the back of it?
Not on the back of it anymore. So the reindeer is currently backed into like a corner, basically. So it's not going anywhere. It is just bellowing where it stands.
I would try heading north.
You look back
Make
until
it-
it's gone. No, I'm kidding.
Oh. So you make it 20 feet, and then you're hit with a dead end.
Okay. Not this gun. This one's the dead end.
You look like you need to have a rest. Maybe you should stay here for a minute. And Chris will go south.
Is that to Tobit?
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as everyone's off in a different direction, Tobit's running through the bushes to the west again. He's like,
To the west?
Yeah.
Okay.
Suddenly,
He knows
Focus
the
is
exit
left with this
somewhere
very
west.
angry reindeer, and I'm just...
You're gonna run out of the maze very soon, I think.
Yep.
So Chris, as you begin going down towards the south, make a perception check for me.
Uh, 14.
So looking down towards the south before you begin walking, you see a familiar sight of two familiar lamp posts greeting you down the end of this alley. However, there's something different about the sight. The sight beyond them is not of outside, but of a shadowy mountain of some sorts, black on black.
I walk towards the lamppost.
Sometimes all you need is a bush.
So stepping through between the lampposts, there seems to be something that flickers behind them, illuminating the mound. In front of you, you see a pile of neatly wrapped boxes with bows and twine and dyed cloth. Several bottles also lay in this pile, and the candlelight flickering across their surface. The pile of presents and prizes lay awaiting you as a loud chime goes off from somewhere in the distance, as if by magic, and the sky above flickers back into existence. The sunset of streaking grey and gold across the sky as the faces of friends, family, and neighbours all look down from their perches in the stand. And a loud voice rings out from somewhere outside the maze. Ah, and we have a winner! Congratulations! What a prize you have won! We'll light the way back for you. Hold on a second. Where? Hang on. Where is that? Oh, could you have it? Where is it? Oh, is it? Oh, there it is. And on the ground in front of each of you, these little lights flicker into existence, dotting the snowy, muddy ground and leading you back towards the entrance of the maze.
Oh.
So,
Do I get
Meg,
to take my presents?
sure, if you can carry them. We can always send someone back in there to get them for you after, if you want. Meg Klaus and his wife stand at the entrance as everyone starts making their way out of the maze, if that is what you wish to do.
I feel like Tobit is just running off in the distance.
Someone has to go and look for him, and he's just standing over those three snow witches, and he's like,
It's just It's a slushy.
Yeah.
And then a carrot.
Yeah, he's got one in his mouth like a cigar.
So congratulations to Chris on your prize, the winner for this year's celebrations. A hearty congratulations. Please enjoy your prizes in the merriest of winter festivities. Our second prize actually this year goes to Tobit. Don't forget to collect your prize from Mrs. Greenhold. She'll keep your toes tasty throughout this season. Third
Maybe
prize.
you should add some medicine in there. Sorry, I don't think he's feeling right.
Oh, we'll take good care of him. Don't worry. He's a regular around here. Third prize this year goes to our friend Philgus. Mr. Gregor has your prize awaiting you just over here. Come, Mr. Gregor, and kind of ushers a balding, middle-aged human man forward with a scrap of parchment in his hand. And of course, the lovely pecan pie. Well, that goes to our friend Benny. Enjoy. It's delicious with some butter and sugar after being warmed in the oven.
Oh, I'm sure I love sweets.
I hope you'll enjoy the festivities this evening. Do any of our champions have anything they would like to say to their friends and family before we all make our way back to town?
I feel like there should be a no knife policy in there next time. I was a little scared when Toby pulled out his, like his Rambo knife and just started chopping away at everything that was moving.
We'll be sure to do a thorough check before people enter next year.
All cavities check, please.
Squat and cough, understand. Well, thank you all for coming out tonight. I do have to rush off, I'm afraid. I have a few things to take care of before tomorrow morning. But please, everyone adjourn to the tavern where it's warm and alive with music. I believe that they've been working too hard to prepare food and drinks for everyone. I wish you all the merriest of holidays, and I hope to see your smiling faces again next year. Eat, drink, and be merry. Until we meet again, my friends. And congratulations again.
Don't worry, Tobit. 3 is the lucky charm.
Yeah.
Tobit's like already gone. He's heading to his room. He's about to go have a good night's sleep, wake up the next morning, realize what's happened. He's gone through a complete breakdown, midlife crisis. He's about to become an adventurer and disappear for the next 12 months to return for next year's event.
Until he later changes his name.
Yeah.
Changes his name to John Ordenfor.
Technically, I'm a wizard, so every time I see him, I cast a minor illusion to make it look like one of those witches that's chasing him.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the chaos that this was. I can't wait to see everyone's when they see the map.
Yeah.
Remember
Remember to draw.
Map reveal.
Remember to draw the Vietnam-style Christmas Carol that it turned into.
I might actually. I'll pop it in the Discord now in case you wanted to have a look.
Oh,
Just
I am
find
so
it.
curious.
I want to see how bad I did.
I think I'm going to make another updated Hero Forge mini of him at the end of this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Full chili suit.
Yeah.
Dude, your character was cracking me up.
Where is it?
I don't know why. I don't know if it's a compliment or not. You play crazy so well.
Thank you. It's
Never
easy to me.
trust Chirac.
I know. You play evil and crazy so well. It's so crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Just one day a week, he doesn't have to pretend to be someone else.
All right, I just popped it in the Discord. But yes, thank you so much to everyone for coming out tonight. It was great to have you here. A very, very happy holidays. Have an amazing break. We will be back next year with the regular campaign and also some other cool, exciting things that we have planned. So we'll be rolling out for Raid now. So get your Monsters and Raid hand ready in chat. Spread the holiday cheer. And yeah.
Yo ho ho.
Monsters and Raider.
And I really hope that when I hit stop record, everything's all good.
We'll find
Well,
out.
There's always tomorrow. Wait.
Right.
Jumping over one of the people's sound. Sounds like a great idea.
Shut up.
We're
All
funny
right.
if it shows.
Have an awesome holidays, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you very much. See you next year.
Toodaloo!
Merry Christmas.
See you in New Year.
Happy holidays from Monsters and Mayhem. Have a wonderful break, and we'll see you back here in 2023. We love you.